All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Lenny. How you doing today, man?
Good morning all. Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well. What about yourself? How's it over there
Excellent,
in
man.
Florida?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get my camera and everything else working here. So far, everything is good. Had a long day yesterday with cancellations and going to different airports just to try to get down here, but finally made it. And yeah, things are looking good. Looks like it's about to just start raining, as usually does here in Florida, but other than that, man, doing good, doing good.
Good.
All right, let's get right
Good.
to it, man. I know we have some data that came out, Lenny. Let's take a look at that and how the market is reacting, and then
Good.
we'll go from there.
Let's go at it. Let's prepare the market for our session, right? For a trading session that will start in more or less 1 hour. I think a lot of things are happening. Most important thing is the job report that just came out. And job report, as far as I understand it, came out relative strong, right? And that's also makes it the chance for rate cuts go down a little bit. But it means, job report is still strong. And that's also, of course, a good thing for the economy. We have had 8 consecutive days in a row where the SPY actually closed higher than where it than the previous day closed, right? So we had 8 consecutive days of gains in the stock market, so very, very strong market. And today we seem to be relative strong in the pre-market as well. And the most important thing that just came out a couple of minutes ago was the job report. And many market participants and market players were waiting for it, right? Because that determines what the Fed might do with the rate cuts. And also, of course, it says something about the state of the economy. But that looks strong, right? And now if we're taking a look at the SPY on a 1-minute chart, we see a move up, small pullback, moving up, grinding up, but it's pre-market low volume. But so far, everything looks strong. Yeah, and we're gonna take a look at everything that has happened. Yesterday reported Apple and Amazon reported both earnings. The day before, Microsoft and Meta, everything was positive. Apple and Amazon, they lowered their outlook a little bit more negative, not too much. Apple sales down a bit from the China region. But I think there was also as expected more different models coming out, competitive models in the China market. So that's what's expected, that Apple is going to get a little bit hurt by it. How's your audio going, Carlos?
Yeah, good, man. So let's take a look at our gappers list here, guys. So here we have a bunch of things gapping up this morning. Obviously, the market is enjoying some of the data it's getting, and we've been seeing a lot of strength lately, like a lot. Yesterday, some companies came back a little bit today. Even with some companies not crushing their earnings, the market is feeling good, man. So great names here. I do see a couple of our favorites: PLTR, Meta, NVS on here. Baba, my favorite Chinese ticker, of course. I think Reddit also reported yesterday, so we'll
Yes.
see how that's doing there. And yeah, looking forward to see how this market shapes up, man. So let's take a look at the first one here. We'll start with, what's this ticker, kids? I, I
It's
never I never seen that before.
yeah, it's
So yeah, so
something
let's
something medical, I believe, but it's relative low price, below $10, but it moved up pretty strong. Lots of volume
okay.
pre-market, 17 million shares traded, but I suppose it's a low float. Haven't
Yeah,
traded it
yeah.
ever. And on the daily chart, also seemed that it's not that long. The IPO wasn't that long time ago, so perhaps for the low float traders and traders who doesn't care too much that it's a little bit of a lower price stock could be interesting. KIDZ seems to be in play, right? Good volume in the pre-market. Look, you see, like the candles. I'm not sure you can see my screen, but you can see like relative. This could be like intraday price action that we're seeing on the 1-minute chart in the pre-market. But still,
Yep.
I wouldn't be putting it on my watch list because it's below $10 and also might be a low float stock.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of the of the activity right now as far as it goes, but it is in play. I mean, kids, you can see it here. Tons of volume, about 52%. That is pretty nice. So I won't be adding it to my list. I'm gonna update my banner down there in just a second. We'll take off some stuff, but yeah, it won't be on my list this morning. Let's take a look at the next one on here, guys, friends. This one is going to be NVO. We're very familiar with this one. Obviously, we looked at it many times in the past. Today, they're moving higher again. They're up 5.7, 574,000 shares traded. Um, Interesting day yesterday, too. Like, if you look at the daily yesterday,
Hold up.
sold off, gapped up, sold off the entire day, besides a little bit of a pullback towards the end. And today, it's just a big gap up covering the entire red day yesterday. So, very interesting setup on NVO. I think that could be interesting in itself. I think this daily just looks awesome, man. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think, like you said, exactly. It's an interesting daily chart, right? Just the gapping up, selling off. I believe it was the WHO, World Health Organization news that are going to back the weight losing drugs. And I couldn't find anything new this morning in NVO. So perhaps still the same news. Perhaps it's something related to one of the earning stocks. But the pre-market on the 1 minute chart also looks pretty smooth, right? We see a really smooth moving up price action in the pre-market on the 1 minute chart. Um, yeah, I would definitely put it on my secondary list or on my C list. I think there's many things happening today. I want to put it on my watch list, but I also don't want to put too many stocks on my watch list, and there's so many other things going on. So I'll be definitely having it on my list, but perhaps on my B or C list.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of similar to yesterday. We had so much you could watch, and today let's take a look at the next one on here. HLN is on deck this morning. These guys are Haleon, PLC American something. Just garbage, guys. I don't see anything I like here. Somehow they got 617,000 shares traded. Not sure how, but this is not really in play, man. I'm gonna skip on it. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it seems to be like it's a gap into all-time high. That's then the only thing that might be interesting, but it seems to be like a low liquid stock. The daily chart looks very ugly, right? It's very small candles, a lot of gaps almost between every candle. I would uh, I would not touch this today, especially not now. I would never ever touch this, but especially not because we have so many other things on the watch list.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna skip on this one. Let's head over to this one. I do like this stock, RDDT. I haven't traded it yet. Usually when we're watching it, it's something else that's better. But RDDT this morning, 876,000 shares traded. We were up 4.1 on this thing. Similar thing, right? Sell off yesterday. You can see here, and then coming back up today, up slightly. So it's dropped a lot from the pre-market highs. Pre-market highs as high as 129. We're down to 123, 122 in the last couple of minutes. But I like this ticker, man. I like the ticker. I like the way IPO. I like the way it shot up big on the daily. If you look at it, went all the way up to 240. Like if you look when they're IPO, these guys had just an amazing pop all the way up, right? So clearly, very nice run for them since they recently IPO'd last year, and today's just very active this morning. So I like them. We'll have them on my list. I haven't watched them enough as far as the intraday action to see how they trade, but I think they'll be fun to keep on deck, man. What do you think?
Yeah, Reddit is of course also like an interesting, fun company, fun product. I also can't remember to have ever traded it, so I never traded it. They reported earnings, monetization of the user base goes well. I believe there's also like they made like a connection with ChatGPT. The post
Oh,
market seemed
okay.
to be yeah, something like it. I read it, but at least like the most important thing is like the earnings were good and the AI monetization, oh sorry, monetization of the user base goes well. Post market started very strong after the earnings, but then suddenly plummeted. Perhaps there were things said in the earnings call. Uh, yeah, I'd like to put it on my watches, but I have just zero experience trading with it. So I will be very careful with it, especially considering we got big names also in play today.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. We'll get to those big names in just a second here. Let's take a look at the next one. It's going to be one of my all-time favorite Chinese stocks is Baba. I mean, Baba is awesome. I think they trade very well. We have traded them in the past plenty of times, at least I have. And today they're, as you can see here, gapping up 3.8 with some volume. So I do like to see that there. We're getting a little bit of activity on it. Yeah, it'll be on my list, man. I think it looks good. I think it's got some potential. And again, I do like this one. Maybe won't stay on the main list, but we can always move it down if we need to. But yeah, we'll have it on here, guys. Looks really, really nice so far.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like all the some of the Chinese names are gapping up. Perhaps it's because there seems to be some contact now with the Chinese and with the United States administration. Tariff talk, their negotiations. China said, actually, U.S. administration reached out for tariff talks, and the Chinese said, "Okay, we're open for talks. So let's discuss." And I think that's what that's part of the one of the variables of the many different variables that leads to the optimism in the market right now. There's also like some talks going on now, or might start between the United States and China, and I think that might be the reason why why Baba gapped up. So
Yep, yep. Absolutely. That's good news for everybody. And again, could be the reason why our market is slightly up this morning. Right? A lot of things in the green, as you're seeing here. All right, going back to our gappers list, TSM is also on there. We got some other ones that don't trade very well. We know about them. If you take a look at TSM here, they're up 4%,
they have a catalyst. They have a catalyst
700,000
because
shares traded. Yeah, what's the catalyst on it?
they said Apple in the earnings call said yesterday they're looking for more procurement of their chips in the United States, and TSM is like building their factories in the United States, and they're looking for more because they can't produce it themselves yet, but they're looking like to procure more from TSM in the United States, and that's the reason why TSM is up today this morning. And the pre-market looks relative smooth moving up, so I put TSM pretty high in my watch list today.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of TSM, but man, that type of catalyst can trade very well, obviously, and we can see some good movement out of this one. All right, let's take a look. What else we have on here, guys? So SAP also didn't they have earnings like a couple of days ago? But they're moving here, 3.5, 224,000 shares traded. Um, Not a big fan of this one. I think it can trade very poorly. Lenny, would you be having this one on your list?
No, it's foreign, right? I think it's one of the most valuable European companies together with NVO. NVO was for a long time the most valuable European company, but I believe like SAP took it over again. But it's foreign. It's interesting, right? It seems to be gapping up. It might be gapping up also into all-time high. Uh,
Yeah.
Interesting. Could have to do with all the money printing that's going to happen in Germany.
The money printing, yes.
It's,
That's gonna help out for sure. Let's take a look here. Again, our gappers list. So far I have Reddit, so far I have Baba on my main list, and then I have TSM. I threw it on the secondary list here. I do like Reddit as well. Yeah, I have that one already there. So we'll see where it goes. All right, moving down. Let's skip around a little bit. I want to get to some big names. We got Meta, we got POTR on the list, and obviously we want to talk about Apple, Amazon, all those good stocks. So let's start with Meta. Meta, obviously, after earnings, moving up a little bit here. Same day as everybody else. They got the sell off and then the pop up this morning. After a big gap up, obviously after earnings. So today they're doing well. You can see the great move we're getting here on Meta on the daily. I like this one. I'm gonna put on a secondary. I think there's better ones that get better volume other than Meta, but I think it's worth watching.
Definitely. And I also think like they're the strongest from all the big tech names, right? We got the Magnificent Seven plus AMD MU that I like to trade. And Meta's actually the strongest. It's now gapping up 2.7%. And that means it's the strongest. And it's also a second day play potentially. So I like to I agree with you, Carlos. I like to put Meta on the watch list as well.
Yeah, let's throw it on there. Next on here, guys, is going to be our good buddy PLTR, man. This stock has pulled back since we saw some of the action yesterday. But as you can see here, really, really nice pop in the last couple of days. So right now, active already, 2.3 million shares traded. It is up 2.6. So you are getting some nice active movement, especially in the last couple of minutes. So definitely going on my main list. It gave us a really hard time yesterday. Like I was watching it, trying to get it above the VWAP for a possible breakout because I know they can trade very well, but they just struggled. They hesitated so much. Eventually, did make the move, but it was a tough one at the market open. So hopefully today can be a little bit better. I like the pre-market action right now. I like the volume. Adding this one next to Baba there on my primary list. How about for you, man? Do you trade POTR? Do you like that one? I know yesterday we didn't get a lot of trades from your side, but is this one that you have on deck?
Things with PLTR, I like it, but I like it only when there's really a big catalyst. Otherwise, I got a little bit of a love-hate relationship with PLTR.
Mm,
I like it when it has a clear catalyst and a lot of volume, but also sometimes once in a while it can also trade very good. So I'll be keeping my eye on it. Yeah, I'll be having it somewhere on my watch list. Yes.
Okay, good, good. I thought you was gonna say you like it only when it's profitable. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm with you, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's your point is a lot better. All right, let's take a look here, friends. All right, so that's our gap up. I mean, there's a ton of stuff here that we can look at. We can continue there, but I want to look at other things that might be moving as well. So you can see here we have GTR, American Airlines, Nvidia, all that stuff. We'll get to all of those, but before we do that, Lenny, anything you like that maybe we haven't talked about that's gapping up this morning?
Yeah, I like Amazon, of course. You know, Amazon they at earnings yesterday they showed a tiny less growth as expected in their cloud in the AWS. I mean, it was like the growth was 16.9 instead of the expected 17.4. So then it's not. I don't think it's that dramatically, but the stock dropped, and I thought, okay, a little bit of over response. And then also like in the pre-market now we seem to be strong. Actually, we're now higher than the high of yesterday. So yeah, Amazon recovering very strong. And also interesting, Amazon they actually said in their earnings call that they do not see any lower demand yet, right? And that's also what we see now, the confirmation in the job report. The job report's actually been strong. Amazon says we don't see like any uh, uh, lowering demand. But at the same time today, I believe also like in United States, there was the before there were like exemptions from import tariffs, I believe, like for imports below $700 or something. Right? So these smaller orders, you wouldn't have to pay um, any tariffs on it. And I believe like today that changed. So also like on the smaller orders, there needs to be now tariffs paid. So I think maybe something gonna change from today on. But I heard already some retailers stopped shipping to United States because they said like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to ship it if you need to have like 140% or I don't know how much depending on, of course, on location, how much tariffs they're going to be added, right? So that's like something that happened today. But interesting, yesterday Amazon said we do not see any lowering demand yet, and also the job report came out strong today, and that's all adding up to the bullishness that we're seeing in the SPY, right? If you look at the SPY on the 1 minute chart, breakout, pullback, and another breakout, and also on the daily chart, 8 consecutive green days in a row, which is very strong. And then now we're also making new highs. So let's see how it will develop today. But so definitely to return to the question, Amazon is going to be very, very high on my watch list. At this point, we're now trading above the range of the last couple of days. We got a clear catalyst. Might be getting a little bit extended in the pre-market, but the pre-market is definitely smoothly going up, and now it also seems to be accelerating a little bit. So Amazon will be very, very high on my watch list, and of course, Apple, App- Apple also, of course, also earnings.
Yep, yep. Going to be adding, I do like the way Amazon can trade. I mean, this stock can be very explosive, so I do want to add this one on my list here. And even the pre-market now, you look at the pre-market, this looks nice. This looks very, very clean. So I like the way this is setting up here on the 5 minute. Yeah, it looks beautiful, man. Man, this actually does look really good. I wonder if anybody's trading this pre-market. I mean, it just basically looks like at 8 o'clock the market is open and this thing is trading the way it is. So looks awesome. Gonna add it to my list as well. Here I'm gonna put on the
3.5 million
main
shares
one.
traded Amazon, 3.5 million shares traded
Yeah,
in the
it's a
market. That's
lot.
solid.
It's a
That's
lot.
solid.
Yeah, yeah. For them, that's a big, big number. So on the list here, I know they're only showing up 1%, but it's really more than that because they were down what almost 2% looks like, right? So the move this morning is much bigger than what the percentage of one is showing here as far as directional. So really like Amazon. I think this will be a good one for today. All right, let's focus in on what's on the gap down list. We don't have much there, but there are some companies somehow did not make it into the green. So let me get our
Block
trading terminal gappers
XYZ.
list this morning.
XYZ
Which
was
one?
previous known as Square, now
Yeah.
XYZ block. They're really the net profit plummeted 60%. Or then yeah, and they're in a gap down a lot, right? We used to trade. I think you as well. You like to trade Square a lot before, right?
Yeah, this is Square. I did not know that. Square was one of our, man, good old buddies. SQ was the ticker, right?
Yeah, but I believe it's now
Oh, yeah, I did not
XYZ.
know they moved over. XYZ. Yeah, we used to trade this a ton, man. Brian used to trade even more than I did. He was all over this stock. So a lot of great memories here. As far as today, let's take a look. We're down 21%. That's not good. Big gap down this morning, 3 million shares traded. I have not seen this ticker
For
until
a
you
long
mentioned it
time.
today. So I want to watch it just to see how it does.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna watch this. Christopher MC says we traded the heck out of this one. And Brian, yeah, we did. This was a stock that I mean, we over traded it. So looking forward to it. Over on YouTube, guys, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. Oh, I forgot to switch the thing over here. Excuse me. We do trade this one a ton, so definitely hit that thumbs up there. We appreciate it very much. All right, let's see what else. So what else we have
Another
here on the
buddy from
gappers
you,
list?
Roku. I think it was also one of your
Oh,
favorites.
you're
Also
you're
kept
you're like
down,
going
right?
down memory lanes. It's not Thursday. Trying to do Throwback Thursday. That was yesterday, but we could do it today. That's okay. Flashback Friday. So here it is. Roku. Yes, another one that we used to trade a ton. Down 8.7, 295,000 shares traded. Is this earning, Lenny? What's the
Yes,
reason
yes,
for Roku
earnings,
being down?
earnings. Also lowering forward the guidance,
Mhm. Okay.
lowered guidance. Yeah, earnings definitely.
All right. So there it is, Roku. Not sure about this one. We'll go put it out here. Let's put it on the
I've been
list.
trading
Put it
for a
right
very
next to
long
block.
time. I really did not trade it for a very, very long time,
Yeah.
right? So perhaps like the dynamic of the price has completely changed. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure it changed
It's
now.
it's been a very long time. There's no question. Let's put it here. Let's see what it does. Um. All right. So what else in the gap down? The gap down list. I do have a team. What's this team? Team. Let's take a look. Team. mm, no, low volume. It is down 10%. Only 400,000 shares traded. I don't like the daily as much. I won't have this one on my list. I'm not sure about you. What's your thoughts on it?
Nah, it was one I also saw like gapping down. Now the pre-market recovered a lot, but now I would not like to trade it short because in the pre-market it already showed a lot of strength, and I won't like to trade it long because it's already a bit extended and also never traded it. I don't know the ticker, so I don't put it on my watch list. But there's another interesting company gapping down, Airbnb. They reported earnings,
Hmm.
and they're gapping down as well. So perhaps Airbnb could be interesting. They mentioned that they forecast they're seeing a little bit lower demand from the, as they call it, less wealthy travelers.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's what they're seeing in the United States. And still, they have 30% of their revenue is coming from the United States. Latin America is a very big growth mark for them, but in the United States, they seem like a little bit of a, they're lowering the guidance because they see demand lowering a little bit for the less wealthy travelers. So Airbnb is on the watch list, but I don't really like to trade Airbnb to be honest. I'll be just
Hmm.
keeping eyes on it on a perhaps on a C list to see if nothing else is happening. Perhaps we could see a potential trend there. But yeah, perhaps Airbnb if you're looking for a gapper down, Airbnb gap down today 3% by now.
Yeah, I do like Airbnb here, but I don't know. I like the daily, but I don't really like the setup at the moment. So the volume is a problem on this one. I mean, for me, the volume is that they just don't get great volume. So I'm definitely going to skip on this one. All right. Callie's asking, do I trade pre-market? No, man. I used to. I used to try to be done before the market even opens. I lost a lot of money trying to do that. So I don't do that anymore, man. Stick to the market open. That's usually the best time for me. So
I
we'll,
think many people try it, right? I think like basically a lesson from the more experienced trader is just do not. It's very hard, and actually, I
it's
don't know too many
difficult.
people
Yeah,
who
yeah,
manage it. And advice would be just do not trade in the pre-market for a couple of various reasons. It's just very very difficult.
yeah. No, and the thing too is like, it spoils you because if you get a good trade and you get in the right direction, it moves fast. Like you will make a lot of money. And if the market opens and it continues to go in that direction, these could be your biggest winners. You could be done by like 9:54. You're done for the entire day with a huge trade, right? But there's also the opposite of that where you can get stuck and it's hard to read the price action, hard to read. There's no price action really, and it's hard to also get your setup, right? So very, very tough. And I tried it, kept losing money and said, okay, stop doing this because you just keep losing money. So I don't do it anymore. All right, let's take a look at Apple. Um, Apple here, we are slightly lower, down 3%, 2.3 million shares traded. So earnings on this one yesterday, Lenny, what's the latest and greatest, man? Apple not doing so hot, it looks like.
Yeah, so Apple they showed a little bit disappointing sales in China because of competitors. the competition developing various other smartphones, and it's competing with Apple. So the sales from Apple is a little bit disappointing in the China region. They expect, I think, like 900 million or 900 billion, or 900 million, 1 billion additional cost because of the tariff war. And they are trying to move their supply chain to India and also trying to procure more in United States. And therefore, TSM is trading up today, right? As a
Yep.
supplier
Yep.
for Apple. So that's what happened in Apple. Apple showed weakness in the post market yesterday. Pre-market gapping up a little bit compared with the low of the post market. I mean, a very erratic price action in the pre-market today in Apple. So I would not have any bias on it. We're just gonna read together. I'll be trading live with Carlos. So we're just gonna read the price action together to see if we can see any beautiful trend setting up either to the long side or to the short side. I have no bias on it, but I definitely put it high in my watch list. I like to trade Apple. I like to trade Apple.
Yeah, yeah. Apple's nice, man. Apple can trade very well, and it's usually a stock that doesn't really follow what the overall market is doing at times. Like you see Meta, Nvidia, Tesla all doing whatever the overall market is doing, and Apple will just be minding his business going the other way. We've seen that quite a bit out of them, which is nice sometimes to see that happening. I do like Apple. I will have them on my list, so that's my I can't watch too many because I'm literally on only two screens today, two small screens. I'm on my Mac and I'm on a tablet with a very limited space running the show. So I won't be watching too much. I think I have enough already. Reddit, Baba, PLTR, Amazon, and with Apple, it's a lot. So I think that's good enough for me, man. How about for you? What is anything else you had like on the gap down that maybe we haven't covered yet?
On the gappers down list, yeah, there was Chevron CFC VX, but it's not like a nice trading stock. It's also I don't see a clear daily range gap up or gap down, right? I like to like big
Hmm.
gappers up. So I'd like when I woke up this morning, I put it like on a potential list, but now it's definitely off my list. But it was a gap stock gapping down, right? Chevron CVX, but it's definitely not on my watch list anymore. But it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
gapping down.
Yeah, absolutely. People are asking how using a Mac. Yeah, so I'm using a Mac and I'm remotely logging into my main setup at home, which is the powerful computer with with all their vMix and DAS. And I'm actually remote logging into both machines. The one that I trade out of with my DAS platform is the one you see here, me moving my Apple. And then I'm also logging into the one that does the streaming. Macs are just powerful, man. They just work so well. But yeah, so that's how I'm doing it, and that's why you don't see my camera today because I got to figure out how to do that. But for the most part, it's just working pretty good, working pretty good. All right, friends, let's take a look here. So that's my list so far. I have, which I think is a great list: Reddit, Baba, PLTR, Amazon, and Apple. And we have not even looked, Lenny, we haven't even talked about Tesla. Like Tesla is here. They've been trading a little bit wild the last couple of days in a good way, right? So a lot of volatility. We haven't talked about Nvidia either as well. Another one that, again, after 8:30, just positive news keeps somewhat creeping in. I don't think we're there yet on the big catalyst. Okay, tariffs are done and over with. That's the one we're waiting for, so we can go back to all-time highs and play the price action and look good here. But it just keeps here and there. You start hearing these small headlines about tariffs kind of going away, people talking about it, making deals, and that's what the market really wants to hear. So, um, some stuff is looking good here. I also like American Airlines. This one's also getting a little bit of volume. Nice pop above some areas here, but again, just not looking all that great pre-market wise. Today looks awesome, but pre-market, we definitely need some more. So I am going to add Tesla to my secondary list just because I don't have no more space on the top. If Reddit doesn't get great volume, I'll move Tesla up, and then I'll add Nvidia as well. So I like those two there. Lenny, your thoughts on those two, Tesla and Nvidia?
Yeah, I think Nvidia 7 million shares traded. So even though we got earnings, Nvidia is still the stock from the Magnificent Seven, actually also from the regular stocks, high, mid, high cap stocks who have simply the highest volume, most volume, highest liquidity. So I think Nvidia should definitely be on our watch list. And I think also Tesla as well. Tesla out of nowhere can just give very beautiful setups. So I'm definitely adding Nvidia and Tesla to my watch list. They're basically already for 1 year every day on my watch list, and I'm definitely maintaining it, right? That's stocks with a lot of liquidity, a lot of volume. They just can, out of nowhere, leave beautiful clues in the price action of imbalance between buyers and sellers. And that's what we're trying to profit from. So Nvidia and Tesla on my watch list for sure. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. All right, friends, let's get going here. So we are all set. Let's take a look at what you guys like this morning. So we're looking in our chat room here. Let's see what names you guys like so far. So let me just bring over our main chat. And let's see here. Tesla. Yep, Tesla's on deck. Nvidia's on deck. That's good. Nvidia, Amazon, Hood. Someone mentioned Hood. Let's take a look at Hood this morning. Hood is up 1.6, 1.2 million shares traded right now, so that's looking decent. I'm not sure about the pre-market though. We've seen better out of this one. Is it in play? Yes. Is it better than some of the stuff I have on here? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I'm probably going to keep the list I have. Again, this can be explosive, but I think I'm gonna go with what I have. Lenny, would this be on your list? I hope it is. So then if you see something, you can call it out to me. Uh, what's your thoughts
No,
on this one?
no. Hood. First of all, like yeah, we had Hood yesterday on the watches, right? They reported yesterday earnings. We had it on the watch list. A big sell-off at first, but then it was not really continuing. But actually, in the end, if you look at the daily chart, Hood definitely had yesterday a relative big sell-off, and today we're gapping up. So yeah, it's not even like a stock that I usually like to trade, like only like to trade with a lot of volume. But yesterday it wasn't the best one to trade. So then today now we're gapping up into potential resistance because yesterday we sold off. And I think there's so much other stocks on my watch list. So you could put it on your watches for potential second day play, but I won't be putting it up there because we have already so many good and even potentially better alternatives.
Yeah, yeah. In agreement, man. I'm gonna leave that one alone and let's see. I mean I have a bunch. Well, actually way too many for today. But that's good. I'd rather have options here. All right, what else, friends? Hymns is being mentioned in chat. Let's take a look at hymns this morning. Up 3.3, 828,000 shares traded. Big day yesterday. As you guys remember, these guys partnered up with NVO, right? NVO Hymns and also Life Med, LFMD. Yes, Life Med, they both capped up on partnering up and just getting their weight loss drugs to a lot more people. So that's obviously doing very, very well for them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this one is going to trade Hims today. So it's looking good pre-market though, looking a lot better than even Hood at this point. This is looking much, much cleaner.
Yeah,
Daily looks great, had a big
great,
pop
right?
yesterday, right? I mean,
It
this
looks
looks
like an
okay.
ABCD. It looks like an ABCD setup on the daily chart, right? Breakout,
Yeah, yeah.
low volatility, confirmation yesterday. So actually, I kind of like it. Yeah, it needs to be weighted if it's going to be really like the liquidity and the volume. But yeah, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I think it could look good.
It does look good. I mean, yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move. No, Reddick looks still good, right? So between Reddick and Hims, they both look really nice. So if you like Hims, throw it on there. But it looks good. I just don't have space for it. I just do not have space for it. But yeah, that's a good recommendation. Whoever threw that out there, thank you. That's a
Thank you
nice one.
indeed.
Um, all right, excellent. Lenny, let's let our people know what is on for this beautiful Friday. Man, we are days away from boot camp. So that is going to be exciting. Looking forward to that. Our team should be getting ready and everything set. So yeah, let us know what's happening for this Friday.
So today we have Pierre. No, wait. Yeah, Friday. There is Pierre in the webinar room at 11 a.m. So almost directly after the market open. Pierre gonna answer all your questions, all your trading related questions. Anything could be psychology, could be price action wise. Pierre has an open hour where you can ask him your questions and he will answer it with all his knowledge and experience in the markets. Yes, I think that's the most important thing. This Friday, is there a P Capital Bootcamp prep meeting this afternoon as well, Carlos? With Mike?
I think it is. I'm not sure because Mike is traveling. He's in
Oh, he's traveling
but I
indeed.
think it
Yes.
is. I think it is. I haven't heard otherwise, so let's
All
go with
right.
it.
Okay. So if there's yeah, Mike has also a pre-capital trading bootcamp prep meeting this morning, actually 11 a.m. in the P-Capital Bootcamp Google Meeting room, right? So we got another
Yeah, yeah.
for the
There's
participants, for the
some.
bootcamp students. It's only for bootcamp students. They can go to the P Capital website, and there's the Google Meeting room, and there's the preparation meeting for the bootcamp that's actually starting next week, which is also going to be a very interesting endeavor, and for everyone, an interesting time with
Yep,
all
yep.
students.
I don't know what's going on here, but this is every Wednesday, but every Friday. I don't know. I don't know if it's the programmer or the developer or the designer. I'm not sure who's not in sync here, but there's some conflicting data right on here. We'll get to the bottom of this eventually, but yeah, it's we got to confirm what's going on with those times and dates. But yeah, here's our membership, guys. If you want to join us, Lenny.
Yes, so we got the platinum membership, the full elite membership for 1 year, meaning you get all the access to all the psychology, to all the webinars. There's also a bootcamp session, a part of the platinum package, right? We get 3 bootcamps each year, um, in May, September, and also in January. So if you're going for the platinum package, there's the bootcamp, there's the full membership for 1 year, and also the 3 month funded account, also part of the full package. And you can also choose like one of the other elite packages, monthly or yearly. These are the memberships.
Yep, excellent, excellent. All right, friends, we are all set. It is 9:10, so a couple of minutes here to the market open. We're ready. I like my list already. I like what I have here: LGT, RDDT, BABA, PLTR, Amazon, Apple, and the secondary list. Again, way too many. TSM, Block, and Block is in here just because we love Block from back in the days. Roku, Tesla, and Nvidia. So much stuff to watch this morning. I won't be able to watch everything, but throughout the morning we can cross some of these and see how they're doing. So, all right, let's take a look what our team is doing on our chat room. Lenny, what's the team watching today?
I have to say, I cannot see it. I'm not in the chat room, so I cannot see what they're
Oh,
on.
you're not in the chat room. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the chat room. I'll read out to you. So, right now in the chat room, oh, pretty quiet right now. Only Thor has his list. Thor's looking at Nvidia, Apple, and Amazon. Abinachi's looking at the overall SPY options, Fibonacci levels, of course. Let's see what else. That's it. So no other moderators with their list here. So we'll give them a little bit of time here. Oh, here's Brian coming in. The Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, Amazon, and the overall market. That's a blockbuster list. He took all the A stars on that list. Like I got some B-roll actors on my list here that I might need to take out, but great list, Brian. Are you still in PLTR? I know you did a beautiful swing on that a couple of days ago, so I wonder if you're still holding on that one. Jerry is looking at XPX behavior on the weekly, on the around weekly EM, Amazon, Apple, secondary list, Roku, Block, and Airbnb for Jerry. So he's got a couple of tickers we normally don't look at, but as you mentioned later today, I think they're also somewhat in play here. All right, we'll see what else comes up. No, sold yesterday at 120. My goodness, Brian, good job. That's awesome. Friends, for those that don't know, you can sign up to Brian's swing trading alerts. If you head over to education, and I'm gonna go check myself just to make sure I'm giving you correct information. But sign up for his alerts. You're going to get some really great information that comes across. You can see what's happening as far as what his thoughts are for the week, the breakdown, and the possible plays that he's looking to get into, the ones that you're in. And you can go there by heading over to beartrades.com. When you click on education, you're going to scroll down all the way down and you're going to see Brian newsletter sign up, right? So sign up for that, and you get access to a lot of the cool stuff he says right there. Swing trading by Brian. Type in your name, email address, very clean email. It's not something you're gonna get a bunch of like crap and sales and that. Just very clean email, just his swing trading alerts, and also alert when he posts his YouTube video showing the breakdown for the week. So definitely check that out. All right. All right, we are set, man. I'm ready for the market open. We got 17 minutes left. Andrew and Brian will be trading live here in chat. So once they log in, we'll disconnect from there. And me and Lenny are going to continue on YouTube, guys, taking you through the market open. My trading might be very limited as far as what I can see. So hopefully what I'm watching is the one that does the move here. All right, Lenny, anything else we might have missed?
No, not really. I think we got a very, very complete watch list. I have Nvidia, Tesla as always, and then I got Apple, Amazon, the big players, high liquidity names, also with earnings, trading really independent, a lot of volume, so they're great. I also have Meta just because it shows so much strength compared with the rest and could be a second day play. And then we got HIMS just because it has elevated volume, looks so good on the daily chart and also in the pre-market. And I like TSM and XYZ block, so that's going to be my A list. So quite some names, eight tickers. I could actually add easily four more names on the watch list: Roku, Microsoft for second day play, Reddit as well. But I don't want to have too much FOMO, right? That is going to be too much information processing. So I'll be looking at Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Meta, HIMS, TSM, and XYZ block. And also the people in the chat room, if you want to see me trade with screen share, then you can follow me and Carlos on YouTube because that's where
Yep,
we.
absolutely. I got your screen ready here to switch back and forth. My camera's not working, so that's why you don't see my face. So I just, which is okay. You got a pretty face here. You got Lenny. Lenny's face is much better there. You can see that. And he got great thumbs up yesterday. You guys saved Lenny's job yesterday, so we appreciate that, guys. If you could do it again today, while he's covering for Peter, hitting those thumbs up is going to keep him in here streaming live.
Yeah.
Uh,
You guys can like
all
this
right.
video. I might can keep my job, so that would be great.
Awesome stuff. All right, I was just putting my list into my watch list here. Man, there's so much. So I got one, two, three, four, five tickers on the top, and I got another five on the secondary list. So again, jam-packed morning. Um, should be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be a great, great Friday. And it better be because man, I'm in Florida. I don't wanna be done trading and have a bad day. I want to have a good, clean day, clean trading. Doesn't have to be green, but I just want to be stress-free trading today is going to be important, which it is every Friday. And I know people say, oh, you should trade the same every day. No, Fridays are different. Let's be honest, Fridays are special. You don't get to make up your bad habits tomorrow. So going into a Friday trading well, I think is key. Very, very important. So let's make sure we let that happen. All right. I think we are pretty good here, Lenny. I can't. Let me see the chat room. If Brian is on, then we can disconnect there, and we'll let these guys do their thing there. Let's take a look. Mm.
I think it's also important on a day like this not to have fear of missing out. You could really think like, yeah,
Yeah,
everything's
yeah,
happening. We got Amazon, we got Apple, we got Nvidia, Tesla, jump in, we're gonna miss things. I think it's like the same as any other day. We still need to read the price action. It still needs to be set up really great. And if not, yeah, then we should just not take the trade, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah,
So don't get the
yeah,
fear of missing out. Yeah,
yeah.
go.
Every day's gotta be disciplined, but I think you gotta be extra disciplined today. Because yeah, FOMO fear missing out. Be extra disciplined. Don't let oh, I'm down this week and now I gotta make it up. But don't let it like oh, I done great this week. Let me end the week a certain way. Like, no, it's none of that. Just trade well, trade well. I see Brian's connected. All right, I'm gonna let Brian do his thing in chat room, guys. We're gonna disconnect from here and continue over on YouTube. We'll see you guys later.
Yes.
All right, so we'll disconnect here. We'll stop that there, and then I'm just gonna set up here for our live trading. So, okay, very good. Let me sure everything is set here. I'm surprised how good this connection is as far as the streaming is going right now. So that's pretty good. So hopefully it continues that way.
More bullish news. Somebody, I'm not sure who it is,
Mhm.
Mira said Trump has been clear there will be a deal with China. Of course, like he's not totally control of it, but like he says he's very clear that he wants to make a deal with China. Of course, it has been news, but I mean, like adding with
Yep.
everything, it's at least not bearish, right? It's not bearish news in combination, definitely with the strong job report and everything else that's going on.
Yeah. Yep. Matt Props is saying, do I think I need to add a few more to your list? It's not big enough. Yeah, and it makes it look bigger because all these names are like four-letter takers, right? So it makes it even a lot longer. Amazon, Apple, BOTR. So it seems long, but it's only one, two, three, four, five. It just all looks so big. But it's a big list today. It's that type of days. It's a big list. There's a lot for us to watch here. Um, yeah, it's massive. I'm not gonna lie.
Carlos, give me 2 minutes, okay? I'm gonna get something to drink for the live session.
Yes, go for it, man. Lake Worth is what 20 minutes west of west of Palm West Palm. So it's good. It's a good area. I like it here. It's nice. Sun is coming out now. It's been cloudy a little bit. Um, but yeah. Yeah, it's nice here, man. I like it. My brother has a house here. So um hanging out with him. Both my brothers, it's three of us, right? So me and my younger brother um came down. He also lives in New York. I live in Jersey, so we came down just to hang out for the weekend. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, if I come back down again, Matt Process, have a little meetup, man. Let's do it. This is gonna be a short, quick trip. I'd leave soon, like Monday. I haven't booked my flight back. It was such a mess getting down here. My flight got canceled. I had to go to Westchester instead of Newark. There was no other flights, and the reason is funny. Made me think of the Trump announcement that they were doing a few days ago about air traffic control, and they were updating us about how bad air traffic control is and their system. The reason the airlines gave was air traffic control did not have enough space to get the aircraft out safely. Uh, and I'm just like, we've been talking about this aircraft, ATC, air traffic control system being so bad and outdated. Um, you know, they need to get better. That should not be an excuse, but it's a good excuse. You don't want to, overflow the airspace, especially here. New York, New Jersey, you got three airports in a like 10-mile radius, three major airports. So it's tight, tight. Jamie, yeah, so yeah, it's one of the probably most busiest uh airspace in the country. Has to be because just how close close you are to everything. So Barcelona, that's very nice, Jamie. Awesome. So Jamie's air traffic control based out of Barcelona. Beautiful.
That's cool. Cool job. Cool city.
Yeah. I always try to fly to Westchester County if I can. Yeah, first time I flew out of Westchester County, it was interesting. I'm like, this is it. I feel like I'm at a barbecue party. A couple of people, very small airport. Um, very interesting. Newark is never a good experience. It's the volume, man. It's the volume that there's just too much happening. There's just not enough capacity. There's not enough runways. I mean, it's just too much volume, too much volume. All right, let's see, guys. So I'm set as usual. We're waiting for 3 minutes after the market open. I'm not gonna take any trades before then. Let me just make sure I can test your screen. I want to make sure it looks good so we can switch over.
Yes,
If
sir.
you do have, so I see it here. Let me see if I can click off on and off here. Where is it? And yeah, then we'll be looking for 5 minute ORB setup, and we'll be ready to go. I'm in Southside Tampa Bay. I use Albany or Stewart in New York. Yep. Yep. I mean, I like to. I live in Newark, so I got a couple of permits that I like to use only. I can only use through Newark. New York is crazy, so like to, you know, fly to Newark because I get the permit that I can do a couple of things. So that's nice. In New York, their permits are ridiculous. So. That's the only reason. Other than that, yeah, I'll fly out anywhere. But then also keep in mind, it'll take you where I live to get to LaGuardia to get to Kennedy. It can take you months. So bad. So bad. All right, let me see your picture here. I got your video. Let me see if I can get your screen so we can be switching over and can get back and forth. Let me see, where is it? Should be a very interesting day today.
Yes, definitely. Let's see, like the market's now pulling slightly back a little bit, very small pullback.
Hmm.
Let's see what are the other stocks holding actually strong here. And
Yeah.
Nvidia is the same, right? Gives like a little bit of a clue
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
stronger or what is weaker than the
Lenny,
rest.
well, we have a little bit of time. Your strategy mainly 5 minute ORB. I know you have a couple of videos. Is there anything else you do out of instead of those 5 minute ORB plays?
I trade basically the first 30 minutes. I
Hmm.
trade also the 1 minute ORB, the 2 minute ORB, 5 minute ORB. Sometimes I also trade within the first minute if the
Hmm.
setup sets up. There's the 50 minute ORB and of course the ABCD setup. But basically in the end, the setup is only like the structure that we're giving to the setup to the price action. What we're doing really is like reading the price action candle for candle to see like where the buyers are stronger than the sellers or where the sellers are stronger than the buyers. So
Yeah.
basically, yeah. So basically, the ORB, the 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute ORB, or the ABCD setup. ORB as an opening range breakout is or down is simply the structure that we're giving to it. But basically, yeah, I'm reading price action and I'm usually trading the first 30 minutes. The morning volatility is the best first 30 minutes. Sometimes I take a trade a little bit later, but preferable. I think the first 30 minutes definitely work the best.
Gotcha,
Uh,
man.
yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I want to see what if I know I need not sure if you did all the strategies, but yeah, it makes sense. Um, all right, let's take a look here. So, yeah, looks like we have a lot of people in from Florida, so that's nice. We'll definitely come back and do something one more time. It'll be nice to have a meetup down here. And our good buddy Thor, of course, our biggest Floridian. Is actually said right, Floridian,
Yeah.
uh, is here. So to connect with him, we should definitely do something. Likes for Lenny. Lenny, yes, Kyle. Likes for Lenny, please. We likes for Lenny. Let's
Okay.
get him. Let's keep his stream going.
Thank you. I see, by the way, a question. I saw I gave yesterday a webinar in the trading terminal webinar room,
Yeah.
and we spoke about trading stocks trading independent from the market.
Hmm.
So Auro now asked like for an example of a stock that's trading independent from the market. And actually today we see market news. We see like the job report, like now more or less almost 1 hour ago, and that pushed the whole market up, right? So now it's definitely also interesting to look at stock trading independent. But to answer your question, I think Apple trades a bit independent from the rest of the market, right? If you take a look at how the SPY moves today, we see sideways and then we see the strong move up. Apple is trading different, right? It's like uh, we're still below the high of the pre-market, which was printed in the first hour after the open of the pre-market, right? Or if we're taking a look at Roku also look completely different than the rest of the market, right? You see Roku it's selling off post market, pre-market was selling off, pullback again selling off. So to answer your question, if you're looking for stocks that trade independent, an example could be Roku, right? We see like SPY ranging,
Yep.
breaking out, now pulling back a little bit, and these stocks trading completely different.
Yeah. That's awesome. Good, good, good. All right, guys. So less than 3 minutes to the market open here. Reddick is pulling down. I like this setup on Reddick. It looks really clean here on the 5 minute. So that looks good. Baba, man, there's so much that looks great. PLTR, Amazon, Apple, not so much in the pre-market. Their day looks a little bit better, but all these ones are just red. Reddick, Baba, PLTR, Amazon. Free market looks incredible. I mean, it literally looks like the market is open when you start scrolling through these, right? So they look very, very nice. Where's Tesla? Tesla, same thing. Nvidia also looking good. Wow, it is just pick your favorites, just whichever. Pick your favorite. They most likely look very nice this morning. A lot of green on the screen today. So all right, let's see. Let's see how things end up here.
Yeah, I think it's definitely good to wait 3 minutes today, at least 3 minutes to see where how the price action is developing, right? See what the market does. And by the way, as we
Yeah.
spoke about Roku just broke down as well from the pre-market low. So Roku maintains its weakness. Maybe adding hiring Roku a little bit up on the watch list because it's really trading independent, doing its own thing. So
Hmm.
that now there's also room to move to the long side, and there's also, of course, weakness for potentially for a short to the short side.
Yeah.
So I'm hiring Roku a little bit also. I see
That's
some of
really
the
nice.
stocks pulling back a little bit. Amazon is pulling back a little bit. Meta is pulling back a little bit. Uh, TSM is holding pretty strong, right? I think for me that's like a first clue that TSM might gonna be a bit stronger than the rest. You see, everything is
Uh-huh,
pulling
uh-huh.
back except TSM. By the way, we got 60 seconds till the market open. Actually, also Nvidia just squeezed 1 minute ago, which is also a strong, potentially strong sign. Right, that's
Yep,
about
yep.
the relative strength compared with the different stocks. I think this could give some subtle clues here and there. Apple just actually sold off, so actually Apple might is going to be continuous weakness today. So definitely we see a price actually moving independent from each other, and that's very nice, right? Because that's also a sign that stocks might be in play. Because stocks in play, they're doing their own thing, so they have a higher probability of trading independent. So what is XYZ doing? XYZ, meanwhile, previous square, also the low of the pre-market, really holding below the low of the daily range, right? We see the level 40, 42. So we got 10 seconds to the market open. Be very responsible. Let's just read the price action for the first 3 minutes. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Ding, ding, ding. Let's read the price action. So what is the SPY doing? SPY so far printing a red, so far red,
See what we
very
got going
small
on
candle,
here.
low
Beautiful
volatility.
thing.
Amazon opening week. Uh, TSM might not be open yet, right? It's a NYSE stock, so it might open later. So what do we see? Apple, we see sell-off. Okay, Apple continues its weakness. Amazon also, think market spying Q so far indecisive, printing so far a doji candle. HIMS made a very big late pre-market pullback, right? So I would be a little bit hesitant to take HIMS directly short. XYZ or block continues to be weak. So perhaps XYZ could be interesting. What is Roku doing? Let's take a look at Roku. Yeah, Roku also continues weakness, right? First pre-market candle did not close below the pre-market low, but it's continuing its weakness now. The SPY printed an indecision candle. Same with Qs. So what's happening?
Yeah, it's a lot going on. As usual, guys, I'm just gonna wait 3 minutes here. And just want to wait to see where the action is. PLTR taking off 118.75 to 120. Nice pop. So got that on deck. Let's see how that plays out here. But yeah, just kind of waiting to see where the action is going to be today.
Apple very weak. Look at the setup in Apple. It moved already from 206 to 202. $4 ATR, $8. So there's still room to move. SPY breaking out. Tesla also opened very strong. At least the last thing I noticed. Yeah, second minutes firm volume in Tesla. Nvidia second minute also speeding up, but it also like the rest of the market. TSM actually showing weakness, right? Big engulfing candle in the second candle. XYZ being choppy. So Apple remains weak for now, even though it's now also maybe slowing down on the way down. Meta is being just a little bit choppy. HIMS, look at HIMS. HIMS did it. Look at this price action, HIMS. Holy smokes. 36.60, $1.40.
A little bit of everything today, guys. You want to go short, there's some stocks selling off really well. You want to go long, there's some stocks selling off really nice. I mean, going popping up really nice PLTR. I mean, you got a little bit of everything. Sell off on Baba here looks interesting below the VWAP. Uh, that could be interesting. It's
HIMS,
kind of
look
like
at
the
HIMS. HIMS
play.
is very strong. HIMS look really
Yeah, I'm
strong.
looking at your screen. Hims is nice. Very, very nice. Are you long? You're in long.
Yes, I
Let's go.
took a long on
Yes,
HIMS.
yes.
Stop
All right,
loss
you're
below.
long on Hims. I'm looking to possibly go short on Baba. It looks like it's creating our signal here. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing on Baba. Hold on. So we got the breakthrough candle through the VWAP. I'm waiting for a pullback on Baba. Um, Lenny's long on Hims. That's looking good. Let's see if Baba gives me a pullback. Volume is a little bit lighter on this candle here on Baba. Um, so let's see. Got to pull back though. It's leaving us here. Got to pull back to the VWAP so we can jump in on the confirmation short, right? As you guys know, usually wait for that push through, come back and pick us up, and then on the way down we'll continue. But if we don't get this pullback, we're not gonna jump in on this trade, right? That's the key. You gotta be patient, you gotta have the pullback. If not, it's not for us. So
Nvidia opened also pretty strong. Nvidia definitely also opened very, very strong. Look at the fourth candle, very firm candle. Perhaps you could see now a nice pullback in Nvidia.
yep, yep. Mm, mm, mm.
And XYZ
Yes,
looks weak, right? XYZ could potentially for a 5 minute opening range breakdown. Is that I'm not sure about this stock. I haven't traded for a long time.
yeah. Let's see, Baba, if it's gonna give us the pullback here. It comes. Here's the time. Pull back and then
Yeah.
go short. If it goes short now, then it doesn't give us an opportunity to jump in. So we need to pull back first. It's not gonna give it to us. It's too weak.
XYZ
It's
looks
too
okay,
weak.
but I just don't trust. I just don't trust it. Don't trust like this
Yep.
stock because I don't usually don't trade it. Nvidia made a very steep pullback in the 5th minute, so
Mhm.
that's not the best sign. Oh, Tesla,
Yep.
look at Tesla sell-off.
Yeah, yeah. We might be getting something here on Baba, guys. Just checking it out. We might be seeing a bit of a pullback here. Actually, we are getting a pullback. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the confirmation. We're gonna go short on Baba after we get the confirmation that we're staying below the VF. So it's a great pullback here, but we're not gonna jump the gun. We need to see it. Okay, here's the next candle opening up. If we see weakness, we're gonna go short. It's a great pullback, so let's see if we can keep it. Um, okay, yeah, we're gonna go short here. Wow, that was a very weird fill. This is what happens when you don't have great volume. That was such a bad fill. Literally went down and filled me at the worst possible spot. Um, but you guys know this is our move, right? So it's our move. Let's see if we can break at least towards the low of the day. It's a beautiful pullback on the 5 minute. You can see it. Um, Yeah, let's see. Let's see if we can get the drop here. Key thing is to get the breakdown before the below the low of the day, or else it has an opportunity to actually go higher above the VWAP, and in that case, we'll jump out of the trade. So let's see how it goes. This candle is key. This candle,
Took a short
if
in
it doesn't
Amazon.
break
A
down,
little bit of a late entry, but it took a short in Amazon.
very nice. All right, guys. So you got a couple of trades so far this morning. Short on Amazon, short on Baba. Here's the beautiful breakdown we're getting on Baba. Very nice. Let's get a flush down the low of the day would be awesome if we can do that. So come on, you can do it. Volume has like it started off okay, then the volume has kind of died down a little bit. I don't like that. Um, but yeah,
And
this is the
Nvidia
move we
holding
look for, guys.
quite okay. So for Nvidia, you see it holding a little bit stronger than the rest of the
Hmm.
market. That's the market tanking. The tanking is going down.
Yep, I
So
see Apple down almost 5%. Amazon red. LTR is pulling back a little bit here, but it's still up 3%. Let's see if we can hold. And we're looking for Baba to break the low of the day here after getting a beautiful pullback towards the VWAP here. So let's see. But the volume has died. That's not good. Um, doesn't mean that it's not going to work out, but it's just going to take a lot longer to get these moves if we don't have that nice explosive volume, right? So Um, and of course, always a higher likelihood that it can come back to the VWAP. So let's see. All right, well that develops. Let's see what's going on elsewhere. Reddick, beautiful short, very similar to what Bob is doing. Nothing special. Baba here, PLTR, trying to bounce off the VWAP, Amazon, and then we have Apple. So I'm not in Apple. Lenny, are you in Apple right now?
I'm not in Apple. No, no, I'm not in Apple.
No, you're in Amazon, I
And
believe.
HIMS, and I'm still in HIMS. That one's breaking
Hmm.
out now,
Yep.
and I'm in Amazon Short. Amazon Short was already like a
Nice.
little bit of a late entry. I should have entered at the low of the candle.
And which one? On Amazon?
Amazon, yeah, Amazon's a little bit of
Yep.
late entry, also not helping with the market turning around, but HIMS could still go. HIMS looks very strong. Also
Yeah,
now
his
above
looks
the
nice.
50
Yep.
week
Yep.
high.
Pac-Man. Yeah, yeah, I'm staying in Baba. My stop loss is 125.50 if or so, 125.50. Basically slightly above the view up. We don't want to see it do that. But I'll stay in. I'll stay in and see if we can actually get something going here. But it's tough. Like the volume died. Like it was completely dead on Baba. So not liking that.
Okay, Nvidia
Let's
is
see
not
if.
convincing, but Nvidia could be
Mhm.
strong today. Nvidia could turn out to be stronger today, but it's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
far
yeah.
passing, so far stalling.
Let's see here. Nvidia. I'm looking at Nvidia. Looking at Tesla. Baba playing around. The VWAP. Let's see. Roku's pulling back to the VWAP block. It didn't do anything. TSM, not much. So we. PLTR, it's got a nice bounce off the VWAP here and heading back towards the high, so that could be really nice. Let's take a look at AMD. AMD, oh man, AMD. Kylie,
AMD
you
was the
take
one today.
AMD? Yeah, this is the
Oh,
one.
yes.
That is very clean.
AMD was the one that made the move today. Yes.
Yeah, that is awesome, man, on AMD. Great, great stuff. Our friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. We really uh, again, we're appreciative that you are hanging out with us this morning. We know that you have options, but the fact that you're here is means a lot to us. So thank you guys. Sitting at 248 likes, almost 1,000 people watching. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Kevin, Albanian miner, like Bitcoin miner
Mhm.
or Niner, or I'm not sure. But good buddy, always on. So good to see you. Pig Wrestler Advanced 2016 Tohoso production. I know I killed that there, but thanks for being on, buddy. Many of you guys on this morning.
So what is the
All
people
right, let's
trend?
see.
What are what are you guys trading?
All right. Baba came back up. I am going to hop out of this one. It's just not working. Baba 125.55.
Google long. Somebody says Limitless says he's long in Google.
Oh yeah, we'll
Interesting.
take a look at that right now.
So what are the other tech names doing? A lot of it seems to move with the market. Market opened, spiked up, sold off, now
Yeah,
coming back up again. So the market's a bit whipsawing.
yeah, yeah. Bob is like right on the VWAP, and it can go either way. Like I haven't got out yet. It can go either way here. We can get a drop to low of the day. We can continue higher. Not having volume is sucks, right? But let's see. It's
Still think that Hims looks strong. I mean, like now it's not an
yeah.
entry, but I think like because the order flow is too slow.
Yeah, it looks good for a breakout for you though here. What's that, a pre-market high or high of the day? What's that dotted red line you have in your charts?
That's the high of the day. That's the
High of the
current
day. Okay.
day.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it looks good, man.
But see some dumping. The order flow is getting a little bit too slow, and also there's some dumping on the top. But I think still looks good.
Yep.
We're already in it.
Ben, our good buddy Ben, it's trading bear bull ETF pairs of Tesla and Nvidia. Nice. Pac-Man, short Nvidia, Limitless, a good stock to rock. We appreciate it, man. We love this stuff. We love preparing and trading live with you guys, right? I mean, so for us it's awesome, man. We feel like we're just part of the community with you guys, so it's amazing. I love me some NVDL. Nice, nice. Mm, I
So
am
do you see anything? How did
no,
it go on
I'm
your side?
yeah, just Bob is just right on here, right below our stop loss. Right below. Okay, now it's going through it, so we're just gonna get out of it. It's just doesn't really have the volume. So we're gonna hop out of this thing. Gonna,
So now it's interesting you need to look for stocks that trade independent, right? That's showing like a lot of
yeah,
strength compared with the rest, or like weakness compared with the rest. I still think Hims looks like way stronger than the rest. Therefore, I also like Hims. And Hims
yeah,
is not.
yeah,
But you see some dumping at the high of the day. That's not the best, right? You see the price is really on the order flow getting pushed back down. That's not great.
yeah.
If you
I'm
cannot
in
go,
every time I'm gonna go hit the button on Baba, it like drops down a little bit lower. I'm just like, man, are you trying to fake me out here? Are you reading my finger motions and knowing when I'm gonna hit the button and then go the other way? Like, what are we doing? But P&L
so
doesn't look bad, so I shouldn't look at the P&L, but it's not as bad as I would thought it was going to be at this area. So I can afford to hold a little bit longer, but we just don't have the volume. It's just dead. Um,
it's also time for the buyers
so
to get in the market, right? Time for the buying brigade to
yeah,
get in.
I mean, Bama's one of those tickers where you either have volume and it goes or you don't, and right now you just don't, right? And if it doesn't go in your direction, it's painful because you're watching it but not really taking advantage of other opportunities. So I'm
Yeah,
inclined to just get out of it even for a little bit of the loss that it is here and see what else we have. But then I look around, there's nothing else that I like that I'm going to jump in on at the moment. So that's not enticing. PLTR, possible have day breakout, but I'm not great at those strategies, so I'm not going to jump on that. Um, so yeah. Mm,
market might be going down now again.
yep.
Okay, this Amazon could also be look interesting for a short, convincing move down. Pullback is
Hmm.
like decreasing. Then we see the engulfing, selling off, pullback. Yeah, I think maybe Amazon could be short, but yeah, I already got myself made
Yeah, if
one
we're gonna be
position.
sure.
So
Um,
careful with Amazon. Also very strong name.
yeah, let's see.
It's hard to
Uh,
be bearish.
PLTR pushing through, guys. PLTR is really making it happen right now. Take a look at that. That push through on it.
PLT are
Good.
doing
Um, Reddit,
oh
no. Amazon, no.
PLTR again, the strongest one of all of it. Actually, PLTR look quite okay.
Yeah, yeah, does look very good. Let's look at Nvidia here. Nvidia dropped off the BWAC. Nice little drop there. So that's
Him's
dropping
going.
nicely.
Finally, Hims is going.
Are you sure? Oh, Hims. Oh, you're long Hims, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Good trade, man. That is an awesome trade on Hims. Great, great stuff. Everything finally moving. I mean, yeah, Bob is almost back to my break even. I mean, I'm glad I stayed in it. So that's good. Oh, the Amazon stop you out, man.
Yeah.
That is, look at the drop you're getting now. Um,
Yeah, it's interesting move in
yeah,
Amazon. Actually, interesting price action. And
yep.
now you'll see like it's weaker than the red because you see the Qs are currently still trading above the opening range, and Amazon is
Hmm.
trading. And now also we see the increasing candle speed on the way down in Amazon. It's also a weak sign, but now it's too late to trade anyway, I
Yep,
think.
yep. TD says I should only trade PLTR. I agree. I don't know why I'm messing around, and I should know this already because every time we trade PLTR, we do very well. So I don't know why I'm messing around with Baba today. Um, and it's just watching paint dry right now, at the moment. So yeah, it's just not much going on there on Baba. So it came back to my break even. Now I'm pulling a little bit higher. It's just messy. I think it's just gonna chop around. Now I'm in the green again. Um, Slightly green just at the break even. It's weird. It's weird price action. Um, I don't know. I don't know whether to just get out of it or give it room. I'm not sure. Because my strategy earlier looked great. We got our move, and I will enter every single time I see that. Um, but we just didn't get the continuation. Like you see the volume, and after 9:35, just gets pulled out of the equation completely, right? So we lose the momentum, and now it's just kind of flopping back and forth with no volume whatsoever. So let's see. We'll stick with it for now. Bloomberg, Donald Trump, and Mark Carney will meet at the White House on Tuesday. Okay. Thank you, Bloomberg. We'll be here.
So
We
yeah,
will be here waiting. Um, all right, heading over to let's see what else we got going on. Amazon. Amazon. What are you considering on Amazon?
so stalling a bit
Uh,
also because the market's moving
yeah.
up. Right? Q's been strong, but still Amazon is definitely weaker than the rest. Now we also see some.
Worldwide tourist. What do I can think about Alphin Chart Energy Stock? What's the ticker? I'm not familiar with the name, to be honest. Give me the ticker. We'll look it up. Energy stocks are for you can day trade them, but I think you just need to know what's going on. Like you need to really know the fundamentals. I can literally woke up like I did today, not know what's going on with the news, and I can trade the price action, right? Energy stocks don't give you price action, right? They're just giving you what is the overall sector doing, and that's kind of like the way we're moving. You're not gonna be able to kind of trade the way I do with those type of stocks, right? It's just kind of the way I see them. So it's a little bit tougher. That's my kind of like idea about energy. Same thing with gold. Some gold tickers, you don't get great market action, but you are going to get movement in a direction. But for the way I trade, looking for the drop, looking for this pullback, looking to get back in, 5 minute ORB, I don't think those tickers are usually great. So that's why I don't watch usually ETFs and stuff like that. Individual stocks tend to be a little bit better.
Microsoft actually
No
being
leader in the market to the upside. Um, Says I quit YouTube. Market is weak. Yeah, market is indecisively moving. How's the weather in Florida? Can you get into the water? I mean, we're there's a heated pool here, so I'm getting into the water no matter what. How's the actual beach? I don't know, man. It might be cold because it got cold last night. Like when I landed, I'm like, it's a little bit chilly. Well, now for me, it's not cold, but I'm thinking it's gonna be like 80 degrees, humid and hot, and but it's not. It actually was pretty good. Let me see if I can take a picture and put it up here. So you guys, yeah, my brother's got a nice heated pool here, so we're gonna be definitely jumping into that. and
Tesla
a
could
couple
also
of
have
places we
been
want to
an
go to.
oh Tesla could also have been an okay short maybe at 947 when it broke down.
Tesla.
Tesla could have been an okay short.
Yep, yep. I'm swinging it. The ticker off in itself, but doesn't trade. Okay, yeah. See, swing is different. I think swing that's a whole different ball game, and I think there are some opportunities when it comes to actually swinging some of these energy tickers, right? And gold. Like if you have an idea of where things are going, I think there's some possibilities there. So
I reached first target in the HIMS. I got my first profit target.
nice, nice, nice. Good job, man. Um, Still in Baba, nothing I like so far. Good job on Haynes, man. That's great. Even with not the best entry, you got a nice pop. So
I think it was a great entry. Look at the speeding up in the first three candles. You see like the increasing
mhm,
volume in the third candle. I think it's and it was definitely not extended on the ATR. You see the ATR is around
mhm.
$4. It just moved less than half the ATR. Also like a breakout on the daily chart. Of course, like it's a move. It will take longer if it works. It will take more time. But I think it's really momentum's trade. With the trade with the momentum.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I thought you mentioned. I thought you mentioned that you didn't get a good trade. I didn't think it was. I mean, a good entry. I thought it was fine, but you
Amazon,
did mention
Amazon,
that was in.
Amazon, and Amazon, my entry was a little bit late. If you look at the Amazon on my chart, you see like I want to get in at the low of the previous candle.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha. You're talking about Amazon. Okay,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, I see that. Yep.
think it's
Yeah,
always, I think it's always better to if you get in at the low of the day, the high of the day, you're always getting in a little bit late. It's better to get in before the break.
yeah.
Before.
Oh, absolutely. And then it depends too. Some people they get in like right at the break and they make it work. Yeah, there's just so many ways to slice this pie, man. It's unreal. It really
Yep.
is.
Microsoft moving up probably because like Amazon actually does Microsoft their cloud computing like groups faster than expected, and Amazon cloud
Hmm.
computing grew a little bit slower than expected. So that perhaps
Hmm.
could cause some momentum to Microsoft, where the market thinks, okay, Microsoft is actually like their cloud, which is a very important business, is growing faster than expected, and the AWS, the big competitor, is growing slower than expected. So therefore, perhaps this
Mm,
move up in Amazon, the momentum now
it's very nice.
might take a bit of a bigger partial if there's another pop up in HIMS.
Yep. Sleepy day, RDDT. Let's take a look at RDDT. Um, uh, RDDT. Yeah, coming back above the VWAP. Oh, you got to push through the VWAP. If you can get a pullback here, that's the move I normally would look for because they usually don't just keep going. I mean, it can, but if you chase it and you get caught in the pullback, then you got to make a decision. You're going to stay in it or not. Right now, it's pushing through. Let's see if it can actually give you a pullback and then join for the pullback. That'll be nice. As a matter of fact, if it does that, we'll take that trade because Bob is working out now, but it's so suspect. It's so slow. It's at the low of the day here, so we'll stick around. But let's see if Reddit can give us that move. So here's the pullback. Let's see if we can get our pop on our good buddy Reddick here. Okay, so we're looking for pullback to the VWAP. There's a lot going on here though, because you got the previous day close. You have the VWAP. This might look a little bit messier on Reddit. Let's see. Baba
It starts to
at
look
the low
pretty
of the
weak.
day. I'm sorry.
Baba starts to look pretty weak potentially.
Yeah, yeah. Still linear. It went right to our 125th, 50th, 50-ish stop. But I was looking at it, every time it went there, like it just kept showing a lot of weakness. So I'm like, okay, this thing is maybe not gonna settle above the VWAP. Let's stick around for a little bit. And but yeah, working out.
Nice. Nice when your
Yes,
favorite stock,
yes.
right, Baba?
Yeah, one of my favorite Chinese ticker. Yes. Absolutely.
I remember we always traded Neo, but Neo came all the way down.
Oh, Neo used to be our buddy. Good, good buddy. All right, we'll let Baba do his thing. Let's see, Reddick. Oh, that's too big of a pullback. We need good confirmation. We're gonna go higher here. And then we'll go long. Let's see. Let's see if we can get that going. Um, but it's not the cleanest because it's messy here with the previous day close. Like even if we push up here, are we gonna get stuck with the previous day close to go higher? That can be it's a lot happening in one place. But I do like it. I do like the push we're getting off the view up here on this one, so it could be nice. Baba did a drop, but it's not really doing anything. Mm. Nice, Eric. Good job, man. Good buddy, Eric, in chat. Let's see. All right, so here's the move, guys. Let's see. RDDT. We really have to wait for it to go above the previous day close, though. I don't want to go in it before that, but I'm thinking long RDDT is doing a beautiful setup, trying to confirm above the VWAP. Normally, I would get in long here, but since we have the previous day close, I want to get in above that. We don't.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we're gonna punch through all this stuff. Um, let's see. I don't see anything on the level two of the level two. Show me that to jump in is pretty quiet right now. So let's see if Series A close is going to be a problem here for us. Yeah, I like RDDT when it's in play. It can move very, very well.
Yeah, share my screen. Im's about to reach my second target. If I'm not
Nice.
jinxing it right now. Right.
Let's go. All right, here it is, guys. All right, so we're long RDDT as well. So long RDDT. Um, just that's a beautiful, beautiful setup. Let's see if we can get the continuation though. We hopefully get some volume to come in and start pushing things higher. But I like the way that looks there right now. So let's take a look. Babish is messing around. It's right at our entry. Um, not really doing much.
PLTR grinding up to all-time high. What a stock, right? PLTR.
Yeah, this stock
What a
is just
name.
wild, man. I don't know why we trade anything else. We should just trade POTR every day. Like we should just come in. Here's our watch list, guys. POTR. Let's just get to the market open. That's it.
What a
Let's just
stock.
get to the market open.
So much hype, and it's the company online.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. All right, all right. All right, two trades for me now. I'm still in Baba. Um, I'm still in Baba here.
Apple very choppy. Look at the price action Apple. But you could already see it like on the way down. You see the first three candles, they're
Mhm.
selling, but they're really slowing down, like smaller size. Then yeah, it's not great. That's not what I would like to trade for a second move. Then you
Yep,
see also
yep,
the
yep.
choppy price action in Apple. Actually, Amazon was pretty nice. Also, like for perhaps see like the opening range 1 minute, then we see the rejection in the third minute. We see the trend
Uh-huh.
line. So basically like a price contract. So I hope a couple of my mentees hopefully traded Amazon short. Right, they should have it on a watch list. Minute 4. So hopefully they
Nice.
took scalp there. My entry was a little bit late. Made a move, but not didn't make enough of a move.
Yep,
But Amazon definitely showed interesting opening price action. Right,
yep,
pretty,
yep.
pretty, very pretty. Meta actually now breaking out. So Microsoft is again is continuing its move as well. Yeah, Meta also trading at the high of the day. But it's always Microsoft is just it's not somehow it's just not the
Mhm.
most clean trading stock. I think it's like there's a lack of liquidity, but there should be enough liquidity. I'm
Yep.
not really sure why it is, but it's definitely stronger than weak. That's great. By the way, him's now reaching my. Come on, do it. By
Do
the
it,
way,
Hims. You got an order in there or what?
yeah,
There it
I
is. I
got
see
order
your
there.
order. Okay.
Yeah, it's like my.
Nice. Nice, nice. Good job, Lenny, man. You crushed
Actually,
that trade. Awesome.
Actually, that's what we discussed yesterday in the webinar as well, right? So the people from the webinar who were there yesterday, this is what we discussed. Like the first three candles,
Hmm.
really speeding up. The increasing size of the candles closing at 80% of higher. Also the third candle, more volume. So increasing in speed,
Yep.
increasing in volume. That's very, very also combination with the stock in play, trading stronger than the rest of the market, strong daily chart. That's that is a nice
Awesome, man. That's awesome. This market is great, man. This market is providing a lot of opportunities, but it is it's a beautiful thing. Um, all right, let's check on our trades here. How we doing? So let's take a look at Reddit. Nice pop. Can we get 121? Let's get 121, guys. I know some of you guys are long on this, so let's see if we can push higher will be great. And then where's Baba? I gotta say, it is a little challenging watching a couple of stocks with the limited screens. Like I miss my setup. Like your home setup is like you're so s- clean where everything is at. You're faster. It's much easier, but
so you're
it's
trading
nice.
deep, right? So basically you're connected to your computer of in
Yeah,
New Jersey, right?
yeah. So I left both my computers on over there, and with TeamViewer, by the way, which is awesome. I'm connecting to both machines, so by switching one to the other, I can switch everything on and off. So as far as if I was trying to run the show from here on a Mac, it wouldn't work, right? You need a powerful computer for the stream, and yeah, I'm so it's the first time I do it this way. I'm
Yeah.
surprised how well it works. I'm just not used to the different screens. Like I got to get maybe another monitor. Um, Normally I don't trade when I'm on vacation. I just like to enjoy my time, but I couldn't get no moderators to cover me.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do my part today. So I'm like, all right, we gotta have a show. We cannot not have a show
It can't be
for our
without
good
Carlos,
friends.
you know, you're just
No,
part
we
of it, you
gotta
know.
have a show, man. It's keep this going. All right, Reddit. At least we're making money. So that's at least a good thing. Let's take a partial on Reddit here, guys. I think it's looking good. We got our 121 so partial today. Man, my fills are bad though. I gotta tell you that. I should check what my thing is here. Let me see. I didn't check that. It shouldn't be bad. I'm in Florida. Mm, let's check what our connection is. I know in, in Jersey I get like 6 of my MS, so I don't expect that, but it should be fairly good here. Our MS is
Meta breaking out right now.
nice.
Also, Q seems also to be breaking out, so the buyers coming in.
Man, awesome. Yeah, man, great trading today, brother. All right, let's see here. What is all right? Let's see here.
So that's the issue with
Wow, it's
XYZ,
pretty
right?
good. 6 and 7. Network delay is really, really nice. So 6 and 7 looks awesome. Um, Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, great trade. Again, our trade, right? This is our trade, guys. This is what we look for. You guys, we look for this setup, the breakout, the retest, the entry. We waited a little bit long. We would have been long right in here. I don't know if you can see my marker, but we waited a little bit long because we wanted to just clear the previous day close, right? Wanted to clear that first, and we did, and we got a nice little pop there. So now we have all the support that we hopefully can stay above and head higher if we can. PLTR looking nice. And then Baba, what is Baba doing? Yeah, Baba is just messy. We'll take a small loss on this because we got a beautiful trade over here. We don't want to mess that up. So we'll jump out of Baba. We'll cover here. So you can focus on our good buddy Reddick. So yeah, but Bob, every time we come here, we sell down. So it's like every time I'm gonna hit the button, it starts showing signs of weakness. So I don't know if we should completely get out of this thing. So well, on the fence. Every time we come to VWAP, we sell down. So see, there it is again. So are we trying to set a trend lower? I don't want to get out and then this thing starts going the other way. So we're only down 20 cents on this thing. See, there it is, Baba again. Every time we come here, you know what? Let's hold on to it. Let's keep our stop 25, 55. You know, let's do that. Let's see what happens. Um, how's our Redix trade doing? Coming back to break even here. Let's see if we can hold. All right. Excellent, guys. But we got a nice pop. 121 from 119. It doesn't get better than that. And I'm gonna get some water, man. I am so parched. Um, Let me go get some water and then we'll see what the next 30 minutes brings here.
Good idea. So you guys can see my screen, right? Can you share my screen, Carlos?
Yeah, I put it up. You're good.
All right. Yeah, so you see Microsoft keeps on flying, keeps on going up. I'm sure it has to do with the earnings in Amazon. So HIMS needs to make one more push for a decent sized partial. And then I just let the rest run. I think there's a lot of room to move on the daily chart. Right. But I think there's really trading with the momentum in the first couple of minutes. And it seems to be extended, but I don't think it was extended because there was a lot of room to move on the ATR. Plus, I could have like a decent sized stop loss, uh, but still plenty of room to move. Also, because there was a breakout on the daily chart. So let's see how HIMS will develop. So this is my next target, and then I will just let the rest. I will run for quite some time, and I think it's also time for the market to attract some buyers, right? Because there's been so bullish, and now the market's wanting to break out again. So I think it's a perfect moment for the price action to break out further. So this is the issue with XYZ. It seems to be perhaps setting up for a 5-minute ORB, but it's just like you don't know the stock, right? I haven't traded for a very long time, so that you don't know if it's trustworthy. The issue is many stocks that just form an opening range and just chop in the opening range. It just moves sideways. So I think you want to be a little bit familiar with the stock before you trade it. So we can run through the watch list. Nvidia also was not convincing. We saw basically like a first okay strong move up, but then the pullback got quite steep and we're never really convinced afterwards. So Nvidia was a bit choppy, no trade in Nvidia for me at least today, for my style of trading. TSM could have been something, but also turned out to be choppy. First, second minute was actually very weak, big engulfing candle, and then a lot of overlap. Tesla showed some weakness, but then chopped, then perhaps a breakdown here. But on the other hand, on the daily chart, we're really, really locked up in a strong market, so a little bit doubtful, right? So we see basically choppy price action from 937 all the way to 947 for 10 minutes straight, and then you can try to catch the breakdown. But if it has been choppy for 10 minutes, it's also high probability that it's gonna stay choppy, right? Just moving up and down. XYZ, yeah, like as discussed, could have been potentially weak, but yeah, you don't know the stock, so I didn't trade it. Apple, it opened, but it slowed down on the way down, right? That's not what I like to see. I prefer to see, for example, like what I see in HIMS, where I took my long, right? Increasing speed on the way up, while Apple was actually decreasing on the way down. So for me, that was not really a good sign to take it short. And then we also see the choppy price action. Uh, Amazon, yeah, Amazon gave actually some interesting price action. Issue was it was just too strong in the pre-market, but yeah, intraday for an opening range, inside candle rejection, basically also so lower highs from the top, higher lows from the bottom, right? Price contracting, and we see the breakdown, candle closing below the opening range. So I think here could have been a great short in the fourth minute. I took it a little bit too late, and also I could have where my entry was fine, I think, but then my fill was a little bit late, and it made a small move, stopped me out, and then it made the move that would have reached for sure my first target. So Amazon was okay, interesting. Meta was just choppy, right? First 4 minutes just moving sideways, while the SPY was actually moving up, so there was no relative market strength. So that was not the best. Maybe with Baba, we added it because favorite Chinese sticker from Carlos, but yeah, you see it like slowing down a little bit and then moving sideways. And HIMS, I think this one was pretty okay. I think it definitely showed momentum. So breakout on the daily chart. The daily chart looked like an ABCD setup pattern. Breakout, pullback, moving up. Looked relatively strong in the pre-market. Late pre-market seller was not that clean. But then the first 3 minutes, we see the price action like really with momentum moving up. So then, yeah, I think there were definitely more strong signals than weak signals. So we're still in it. We took some good partials. And actually, this could make a day a very good winner if we're moving up. And otherwise, I'm getting out more or less at break even. My break even is now a couple of cents below VWAP, so I'll be just getting out below VWAP. So basically, a risk-free trade, and it could run all day, right? We have like plenty of room on the ATR, especially for a stock in play. It is 2 times the relative volume, so 200% R vol. And yeah, we see a breakout on the daily chart. We're in a strong market, twice the amount of the volume, showing very strong opening momentum price action. I could see it move further for the rest of the day. I don't think it's an entry now because now it seemed to be a bit choppy, but I think it's great to be in a risk-free trade with the momentum, with the strength. That was the next stock on the watch list. Yeah, PLTR. Yeah, yeah, moved up. Would not really be my setup to trade here. Perhaps here after this candle 946, where it engulfed the range. So basically move up, increasing volume, range, engulfing. Not really sure. Then we had Roku on the secondary list, but you see like just choppy price action, moving sideways and then just grinding up with the rest of the market. So didn't trade it. Reddit, so it came down, also a little bit slowing down, and then we just grinding up. And then Carlos took this trade. Airbnb difficult trading stock, also just moving sideways. So glad we didn't take it. And we had Microsoft on the watch list as a second day play, but actually it didn't turn out to be a second day play. It turned out to be trading, in my opinion and my idea, based on the news of Amazon. So that was the watch list for today. Actually, what at NVO? We also had NVO. NVO turned out to be a difficult trading stock as well here. And now I think the market's breaking out. So that's good. That's good for our long-term portfolios. And hopefully it also gives some extra momentum to HIMS, right? Because we're still in HIMS. It's a risk-free trade, basically. Stop loss below the VWAP. So we see momentum on the daily chart. Yesterday, very strong price action. Today in the pre-market, very strong. Opening range, very strong. So then I think without being extended, we can trade it with the direction of the momentum, with the direction of the trend. So that's for now the risk-free trade. Yes, I'm looking at the questions. So Tesla's tanking right now, really? Yeah, it's tanking indeed. You see, like it's trading. This is like trading independent from the rest of the market, right? As we discussed, you see the Qs moving up, breaking out, SPYs moving up, and Tesla as well, right? And I also said at a certain point, this looked at a certain point like a potential short in Tesla. Why did I say it? Because the market opens, we see like first move up in Tesla, but we see it slowing down. Candles becoming smaller. It doesn't have to mean anything, but it's slowing down. Then we see the sell-off. And the bodies are not really becoming smaller. Then we see the pullback, we see choppy price action. Here we're breaking down again. So basically, it looks like an ABCD setup pattern. I'm glad I didn't take it. I would not really felt good with this setup because I think it was a bit too choppy here. But that could have been like a sign of potential weakness in Tesla. Now you see it's trading independent, but the market is rocking again. And I think at a certain point that will also influence Tesla because there's not really a clear direct catalyst in Tesla as far as I know. Uh, so let's see what else happening. Meta, yeah, Meta showed nice price. Like, look, this is also like what I mean, right? It's like a strong move up. We discussed yesterday in the webinar. Look at these three candles in Meta. One, two, three. Increasing in size. Candles closing at the high, increasing in volume. This is strong. But this is a bit of a big of a pullback. But here we're moving up again. Uh, so you can see here already some signs of strength in Meta. I'm not sure if you can see my chart.
Yeah, I have your chart up, brother. We can see it.
But sorry, you cannot see my mouse. I mean, like you can see my. Do you see the
We
pointer
can
of my
see.
mouse or not?
Yeah. It's very light. It's hard. You use Epic Pen. You have Epic Pen?
No, I do not use Epic Pen.
Okay, I'll send you a link to it later.
All
It makes it
right.
really easy to write on the screen. People can see what you're doing. So,
Yeah.
because you can see it, but it's so light. You can't, really can't see it well.
All right. Yeah. So we discussed a bit the stocks on the watch list, and I see
Awesome, man.
somebody says Reddit goes to the new high today. That's good.
Yeah, let's take a partial here.
Yeah, nice.
Let's
Nice one,
take a
Carlos.
partial. Thanks, man.
You are the
Let's
champ.
see here. Reddit. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, let's take another. This is the spot right here. So what happened?
Nice trade. Nice one.
Thanks, man. So my hotkeys is not working that great. So I gotta keep doing it manually. I don't know why. I'm having problems. That's okay. We'll do it manually. We'll sell. We'll sell 50 here. Oh my goodness. You see that fill? That's so bad. That fill was so bad. All right, let's sell another 50 shares up here. I'm just doing it manually at this point. I don't know why. My hotkey's acting a little bit weird. Can we hold it? Can we sell 50 up here? Let's do that. See if that'll work. Yeah, my hotkeys are acting a little bit weird today. See if we could fell 50 up there. And how much we have left? We have 400. Okay. Someone's called some beer. Uh Thanks, brother. Hopefully you guys took that trade. Reddick is just again, it's just I like this stock. I really do. And it is in play, trades well. Let's see if we can fill that 50. I'm doing limit orders because my hotkeys, they're acting weird. I think it's because I'm connected to a different computer. I don't know. But there it is. We got filled. Let's do another. Might as well just get prepared. Let's do another 50 at 122.50. See if we get filled up there. There it is. Let's do another 50 up there. All right. Oh my God, how's Baba? I haven't looked at Baba. Baba is again just always right at my previous day close, but this time it actually looks like it wants to be long. So we're gonna jump out of this. Um, let's jump out of Baba and we'll call it a day here. Yeah, see, it looks long. So we'll get stopped out there on Baba and let's just focus on Reddit. Okay. Carlos Lenny, even better than Epic Pen is something that highlights your cursor. Can't remember the name of the at the moment, but there's this one that you can put a yellow circle around the cursor. Yeah, I seen that. My issue with that is I try to fear them. Even Epic Pen, when you write on it, the amount there's something happens with the graphics cards when you're streaming. It pulls so much that it lags the system a little bit. So I had a problem with a few of those. Um, but yeah, I have seen some before. Actually, Epic Pen does it. The Epic Pen has a. I'll show you guys while we wait for us to get filled. At 122.56, we got an order out there. Let's see if we get filled there. Let's see, Epic Pen. I'm getting greedy on Apple. Uh-oh. No, don't get greedy on Apple. You're not getting greedy. You're playing it. You're playing smart. You're playing the trend. But take your partials accordingly because
Actually,
this is a
Apple looks pretty
great
strong.
move.
Actually,
Yeah,
Apple looks pretty strong, to be
it looks
honest.
pretty strong. Yeah, it looks good. So you're not getting greedy. You're playing what you're seeing. It looks
Uh,
strong and you're
Very
acting
nice.
on it, you know?
I
Um,
like it, to be honest. It's all small
yeah,
candles. You see the
yeah.
stability in the trend. You see like the price action speeding up 10, 11, 10, 12, 10, 13. Low volatility pullback, low volume, grinding up again. Outside candle 10, 21. I think it looks pretty okay. It's also a bit extended for an entry. But it's
Hmm,
also, you see
hmm.
like the market pulling back, but actually Apple holding there. I think it looks, I think if you went in somewhere between 10.14 and 10.19, I think it's a very nice trading
Yeah, yep.
in
All
Apple.
right, guys, man, we are just looking so nice, friends, on RDDT. So, uh, are we trying to go to 124? What's the high of the pre-market? High of the pre-market is one, what is it here? Oh no, that's
Look,
way
Apple
too
flying now,
high.
by the way. Look, Apple flying. It's really go breaking out
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Wow. This market is
That's beautiful price action.
beautiful. Beautiful. And actually, Baba, if you look at Baba, great long. I would have flipped my position here, but it's just the stock has doesn't have the volume. So it doesn't have the volume to do it what it needs to do. PLTR, same thing, pushing higher.
Hims
Um,
also got my next
yeah,
target. Now
are you still in HIMS?
I'm now profitable for the day. I had like one losing setup in Amazon, but I got still a remaining position left, 25%,
Yeah.
and I'm profitable for the day.
Beautiful, man. Glad to hear that. Um, let me see. Let me hold on. Let me look at your screen. Let me switch over. Wait, hold on. Before I do that, let's take a partial here. Uh, let's sell 50 more on it. All right, 50. Let's put it here. Um,
Look at Apple flying. Wow, that was really, I
yeah,
need to save this price action. Really, really solid strength in Apple.
pretty nice day.
So
122.25.
So let me see. Who was it who said being greedy in Apple? It was Faizan. Very nice.
Yeah, yep.
So where did you take the entry, Faizan? I hope you're gonna say between 10, 16, 10, but perhaps you could have taken it earlier. That was really a momentum trade.
Yep. I am. So today after this, I got to get better with it looks like the hotkeys I normally have, the actual codes on this Mac is not working very well through the connection at the home computer. So it did for some, like going long, it worked perfectly, taking some parcels, but then here it's just not, I don't know what happened. So I'm doing this manually. Let's do one at 124. I mean, that'll be a stretch. 123.95. Let's do a sales price. Let's see if we get that. Oh, what happened? Oh no, yeah, it is there. Okay, so yeah, we're waiting for it. All right, so a couple of parcels here, guys. We still got a decent amount of shares left. We'll sell another 50 more up here. If we can get 123.95, and we'll go from there. And then Apple, you was mentioning Lenny on Apple.
Yeah, could you share my
Um,
screen? I can explain like the
yep,
price action Apple
yep.
why
Give me one
it looks
second.
so
Let me flip over. There it goes. Yeah.
so 9:30 because you got a little bit earlier. So yeah, why I think Apple was so strong. So basically, so already the first 3 minutes, okay, it's selling off, but it's not. I don't think it's really convincing because you see the price action slowing down as we discussed earlier as well. Then we see the range, okay, it could go anywhere, but then suddenly we see the price action breaking out 10, 11, right? You see them moving up, but you see also the 10, 12 and 10, 13 candle closing at the high, increasing in speed and also very good volume, right? So a strong move up. Then we see the low volatility pullback, bodies small, low volume. You can put a trend line on top, trend line below. Uh, then we're seeing like the smaller candles 10, 17, 10, 18, also low volume. And so basically like a low volatility pullback, holding there. And then we see the outside candle at 10, $10.20, showing, okay, we're coming down, but again closing above it. So this looks really like strong price action. And then a couple of minutes afterwards, Apple also broke out, right? And also important to understand that Also at that point, it was stronger than the SPY in Qs. You see like 1017, 1018, 1019. The SPY at that point was going down. You see? SPY 1017, 1018, 1019. It was like actually selling off, same Qs. But Apple didn't. Apple didn't only show price action, it showed to be stronger than the rest of the market at that point. And also knowing that it was a stock, it's a stock in play, right? With earnings, uh, I think a very, very beautiful move there, guys.
Yeah, awesome, man. Um, good stuff. All right, let's see if we can get filled on Reddit. We got 193, 123.95. We're just playing around below it. Let's see if we can get filled there. And yeah, this will be my final trade for today. Great way to end the week, guys. One bad trade. No, not excuse me, not one bad trade. One trade that didn't work out. I think the trade itself and Bible was good. It's just we didn't get the continuation. Volume dropped drastically, and then we're not in Reddit looking to get filled um at 123.95. And some great trading from you guys today, so that's awesome.
Great
Then
trading
you
from
had a
you,
couple of good
Carlos.
trades too, man. Sweet,
You're the
sweet,
champ.
sweet.
You're the champ. No, I just had two trades. I think Amazon, a little bit of a
Mhm.
late entry, but then it got stopped out before it made the move. And I had like HIMS. HIMS is still going and still have 25% left. It's a risk-free trade. Put the stop loss at break even, a little bit below VWAP. So if
Nice.
it's staying above VWAP, which is a strong sign, it will be turning out to be the last partial also profitable, also break even. So the risk-free trade and could also
Yep.
move all day. There's a lot of room on the ATR left. We got like a breakout on the daily chart. We have a very strong market, earnings. Uh, yeah, it could make. I wouldn't be surprised to see like another dollar move up or even $2
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Right, we
Nice,
can
man.
just let it run.
Nice.
And Apple continue also its strength. Look at Apple. So the pullback taking over again. Now it's definitely, I think, a little bit of a late entry in Apple now.
Yeah. It's my month green. Yeah, I'm crushing this month, man. I am my winning rate's like 75% this month, and I'm green. And I'm gonna be very green after this trade here. So I should just stop trading now and keep the month like that. Like a type of yeah, I'm a 75% winner per month.
Just stop trading for 28 days,
Stop trading like that. Yeah. Stop
Just done.
trading.
Hit goal, made my month.
I'd say made the month. No, no, no. All right, a lot of resistance here on uh on Reddit. So we might take a defensive partial. I'll still keep my 50 shares up there, but we still might take another partial here because we have some shares we got to go through here. So let's see. Or do we be patient? I don't know. What do you guys think? Boris, no, don't say that, man. That's not true. His message is blocked, but he's saying dumbest administration in American history, powered by the dumbest Americans. No, that's not true, man. Be nice, be nice. Why you gotta say that? Whether you don't like the administration, you like them, it's not the way to think, man. You gotta think differently. Gotta be more open-minded, you
You
know.
gotta just take everything as a learning opportunity, right? You
Yeah,
observe
yeah.
what's happening, you're learning, you take what you
This,
like, you take
this
it's
message
the
has too much anger, man. I want to do a session with you. My email is carlos@bigwitchers.com. I want you to email me.
you
I want to
can
sit down with you. We got to talk and just we got to bring some love into you, man. This is
you can
too
invite me as well,
strong,
you
too
know.
strong. I'm
And
serious. I
what
want you to email me. I want you to email me. We're gonna have a session, me and you,
we're gonna do
and
some
we're gonna talk about
intervention.
and we're gonna have to talk about trading because you can't be talking like that, man. That's not something's wrong. Something's wrong. I'm not a psychologist, but something's not right. Let's get together and figure it out. As we all can trade this market and have different opinions, different views, and we all can get along. It's difficult. It is. It's very difficult, especially because people are very tied into what they feel and what the way they perceive things, and that's okay. But we can all get along here. There's no need for that.
Yes.
All right, we got filled at 124. Um,
Very nice move. Flying, breaking out.
yeah, man, really nice. I'm just gonna keep putting limit orders up here. Um, because I noticed my fills, the connection is good, but my fills are when I hit the hotkey are not great. Take another 50 at 125. We just keep doing 50 and 50 until we run out. Another 50 at 125. All right, let's see. Um, yep. So Carlos the priest. My father's a priest, actually. I grew up in church, man. My
Really?
father's a pastor, yeah.
I didn't know
Father's a
this. Really?
pastor. So we grew up in a church, Christian environment. So um yeah, yeah, it still is. Hasn't retired yet. He's looking to retire. He said he was gonna retire last year. He said he's gonna retire this year. I'm just like, just do it when you're ready. You know, he loves what he does, so just do it when you're ready.
And just keep on going, right? I think always if you love what you're doing,
Yeah.
just you better
Yep.
just keep going.
Yep. Yep. But the traveling is he's already at the point where the traveling that's requires a lot. So although he loves it, I think it's time to just kind of okay.
He has to travel a lot.
Yeah, because the way they do it is in his religion they change churches every 4 years. So
Hmm.
you get some churches close by, but then they'll change you again to a different church. It's not like you have one church and then you're there forever. They rotate the pastors. So, sometimes you're nearby, sometimes you're driving to Connecticut, so that for him at his age is not ideal, to be doing all that driving. So,
So did you guys move a lot when you were younger or not?
dude, I mean, it traumatized us. We moved a lot. We moved a lot to be closer to church. Once we got a little bit older, we didn't move as much when we were younger. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah.
I think therefore you got these smooth social skills, because you always like you need to adjust to new social situations, new environments,
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
all the time.
Learned a lot from him. Mhm. Yeah, so we got 125. We got a 50% up there. Let's see where to go, what happens
Keeps on
here.
going, right, Reddit? Very nice.
Yep.
Nice move.
Let's see. Credit. And we have still got a couple of shares left we got to get rid of, and we'll call it a day. It's 10:35. Who's in chat? Who's trading live in chat? Um, it's hard for me to see what Brian did today because of my limited screens, but I see he's on here. And obviously, he has Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, SPY, Apple, and PLTR on his list. The usual suspects that he's always watching there. So that's pretty cool. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. Cindy, you caught that with me? Oh, that's awesome. Glad to hear that. We had some good trades. Hymns. We had a Reddit. We had some that didn't work out, like Baba and Amazon. Um, but yeah, we got some really nice moves today. So. Uh, But Reddit
Yeah.
turned out awesome. Reddit is paying for a lot of red trades for the month. We're getting ahead pretty nice. So we're getting ahead really good. Okay, so we got Phil 125. What's the next level? This next level I see here, 126 10. What is this? Highs and lows for the last two trading days, maybe? Let's go look at the daily real quick and see what's next. Wow, what a move. Redick is awesome. Cover the entire open and sell down from yesterday. So it basically engulfed it. And that is the high that we're seeing. We're seeing the high from yesterday. So we might get a lot of resistance here. Moving up higher might be a little bit tougher now based on where we are. But let's keep going. Let's do 126. Well, let's see if we get lucky and get a spike up and sell there. Well, let's put 125, 126, excuse me, 126. And see how that goes. So 120, oh, the
Hey,
1 minute.
Carlos.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, my man, how you doing?
Good. Are we good? We had a good
Good,
day. How was
good. Glad
how
to
was
hear
your
that.
day here?
Oh man, Lenny and I actually been doing really good today. So let me just get the sound and screen over to the chat room. Give me 1 second. So let me just connect everything over. And there it is. So we got the video and our chat room. Our good buddies are gonna get sound now. So uh yeah,
All
man,
right.
great day. Great day today. On Reddit, on
Good
hymns
deal.
for Lenny. What did you guys trade in chat?
I caught that nice drop on Apple at the open. It just
Mm.
it really flushed
Nice.
and cut a nice short on that one.
Where did
Uh,
you get in? Your
got
first
that
minute?
nice. Yeah, it took. Yeah, unfortunately, I got into it a little. It had a flush, and then it kind of popped, and then that's when I took it short, and yeah, got a, got a nice flush on that one, and then I got a nice move lower on Tesla as well. We get that drop off rejection, so it's
Nice.
been yeah, it's been a pretty good day. I know there's been lots of opportunities here today in the room.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
Lots of opportunities here. Reddit's done really well, eh?
Yeah. Yep. I'm actually gonna take another partial here. I'm gonna keep my limit order up there, but I might take another partial here just to kind of limit the risk in case we're going to sell down. But yes, it's been awesome, man. Really, really nice. So
Carlos
just
crushed it in Reddit. Took a very
yeah,
long
this was a
good
really
entry.
really great trade. So pretty
Nice.
good.
Yeah, Reddit was a great excuse me, Reddit was a great I was looking at it later. Reddit was a great short opportunity at the open.
Yeah.
This setup is what I call my lead balloon trade. It's not you don't see it very often, but you can see here how it was gapping on news, which was earnings. But if you
Hmm.
look at how it was trading in the open or pre-market, it was trading, it gapped up, but it was below the VWAP. So this is where I expect a stock to sell off. And you can see as we got closer to the open, really started to sell off. So could have at the open, could have shorted it right at the VWAP, and you got that really nice drop down to S4,
Yep. Yep.
and that was it.
Very nice.
So
Good one.
that would have been the way I would have traded that one at the open. But that's again,
Mhm.
that's when my strategy I call the lead balloon trade. So yeah,
I love the names of your
the,
strategies. Lead Balloon Trade, Rising Devil, Fallen
I know,
Angel. They're
right?
epic names, man. If I
Exactly.
come
Yeah.
up with a strategy, I want you to name it.
Had Fallen Angel, just
It's
basically an
awesome.
ORB breakout to the upside, and then Rising Devil, yeah, ORB breakout to the downside. So uh,
Yep.
SPY and Q is struggling here at the high of day.
Yeah. I think in general, market's still looking strong, right? Just
Yeah. That was a really nice bounce right off of on Tesla, right off of actually it dropped below PDC. It just came down and tapped the yesterday's low, and that's where we got the bounce from.
yeah, yeah, very pretty. So no
But it
PLTR. Did
was
you trade PLTR today, Brian?
I didn't. I've got a yeah. No, I didn't trade it. Unfortunately, I wish I had.
Made a nice move up.
I did take a entry on Apple, but I'm thinking it's more of a if it's a swing trade, not a day trade. So and that sort
Okay.
of double bottom and then started to come back up and break through the VWAP. Took it long.
So where did you take it? Before VWAP
So
or at the break, or what minute more or less
just
did you
as
take
soon
it?
as it started to hang around the VWAP and started to break out, so it was around the 204 level.
204. Ah, okay, yes, nice. I think it's nice. Nice setup. So you're thinking of you're considering holding it overnight, over weekend actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's a swing trade, so yeah, it's in my. It's actually in a Canadian account. I can buy some of these Mag 7 stocks in Canadian dollars. So some of my Canadian accounts that I do swing trading in.
Okay. It's nice. Let's see. Let's see. So what do you think of the earnings? Did you take a look at the earnings of Apple or take a look at the earnings of
Yeah, I think
Amazon?
there obviously there's some concern about the uh, the tariffs and the impact on it. But I always feel like is like a go-to. Like
Yes.
everybody likes to hold it. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna hold up here.
Yeah.
You know, I know where I'm gonna stop out. I mean, if it drops below 202, I'll have to stop out, but I kind of feel like we're gonna start getting maybe hopefully some tariff deals, and then that's gonna push the market higher.
Yes. So I think at the bottom might have been in, right? So earnings report, bottom in,
Yeah.
and then you take it longer. I think it makes definitely sense. Interesting.
Yeah, Tesla's kind of moving up. Just be careful here, guys. If you I wouldn't take it long here, but just because this is kind of right at R4, and this is where we spent a lot of time in the pre-market, just right at this sort of 285 level. I
Yeah.
mean, if it can break out from here, then yeah, it's got a lot more upside. But
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So I think Meta also like recovered pretty well. See like the opening range and then the breakout. I think perhaps there was like an entry in Meta as well between 10, 10, 15.
mhm.
Could have been possible for a second day play. So you got more swing position that you're holding over the weekend?
Not too much in terms of swing. It ended up dumping, not dumping, but ended up getting out of my PLTR swing trade at 120 yesterday. That was kind of my target. I think it's probably going to struggle a little bit here to
Close to
go
all-time high,
higher.
right? Getting close to all-time high.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. Well, the all-time high was just over 125, but it was like it was a big red candle. So we did make 125, and then it really reversed on the
Yeah.
day. So
I remember that day
after it
very
hit that
well.
125,
I
yeah.
remember that day. It was the
So
day that
kind of,
that the CEO like first like he did in the news came out that he sold like a part of his shares, or at least like he
yeah,
took some profit, and then the news came out that there's gonna be some cuts from the U.S. defense uh, on
yeah.
defense spending, so also on PLTR. So insider trading or what you would say,
Well,
and then the sell-off.
I guess, yeah, certainly, yeah. I mean, you could have, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I know when, I'm a director of a public company, and when we get news that the public doesn't know about, we're we're not supposed to trade. We're supposed to be in a basically in a blackout. Um, so they sort of understood that you don't trade on news that isn't public.
Okay. So you think it was independent from each other that day that he first sold out and that the
I
news
don't
came
know.
out, or do you? I also would not know, right? If it's
Yeah, I
really
don't know.
getting strictly enforced, the rules, then perhaps it would
Well,
have been too big.
there's certainly blatant outsider or insider trading when it comes to the politicians. I mean, everybody knows that. I mean, they keep trying to introduce that legislation
Did,
to keep
did you
all
see the
these
new law?
politicians from. Yeah,
Did you see the proposal of the new law? Did you see the name of the new law that they're proposing? Like the name is
yeah.
called
They've
Pelosi.
always, they keep. Yeah, every once in a while you get an independent or somebody introducing a bill that
Uh,
says, the Congress and Senate can't trade. Can't they have to put their uh, investments. They have to be
yeah.
held and traded in a blind trust. No, it's a clean tech company that public, um,
Hmm.
but it's also got some core. It's also got a core business. It's sort of mineral mining. We have some mineral assets as well.
All right. Okay. And you worked for them for a long time?
Yeah, I'm just on the board, but it's on the venture exchange. It's I would call it right now a penny stock.
Mm. But it's a great experience, right? I think it's very
Oh
interesting.
yeah, I really I really enjoy it actually.
I can imagine. So what mineral assets do they have, or what mineral asset do they focus on?
Um, they're kind of like nothing exciting. It's not gold or silver. It's stuff like bentonite and stuff you see in diatomaceous earth, something like cat litter, that kind of stuff.
Mm. Yeah, it became a hot topic right lately. Rare earth metals,
Yeah, yeah, I know. Eh? Oh, look
minerals.
at Tesla is breaking out.
Tesla, yes, it's going.
Even without the SPY and the Qs and the SPY aren't really doing much of anything.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? That Tesla often just trades completely different than the rest. At
Yeah,
10:15, the
yeah,
SPY
I
was
know.
moving up. Tesla was selling off before like 10, between 10:10 and 10:15. And now like the SPY is like resting a little bit and Tesla's breaking out. It likes to do its own thing. So do you have any setup you think, Brian, that was like the miss of the day for you? Like a setup that you think that you should have taken if you were looking at it?
Uh,
Perhaps you missed it.
well, like I said, there was quite a few opportunities at the open. I would say Reddit was a nice one that I looked at that afterwards I thought I could have easily shorted that one. Um,
Hmm.
and saying what else? Man, Tesla had a real nice pop and drop there right at the open.
Yeah,
See, what is Tesla doing here? I should
lining up.
have, kind of wish I had taken Tesla. I got that short, but I'm kind of wishing I'd have taken Tesla off that bounce off yesterday's low. That was kind of like a real logical place to take a short
Mhm. Yeah,
or take a long. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, Nancy Pelosi is certainly one of the ones that everybody likes to point to with this, you
insider
know,
trading.
with the trading that her and her husband do. But it's not bipartisan by any means. There's lots of examples of people that have taken inside trades on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah. There's this one stock I keep an eye on. Like
advantage.
apparently Pelosi, she took a big option position in it a couple of months ago. It's TEM, Tempus. They're doing like in AI and healthcare.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm keeping an eye on
yeah.
it, and uh, I'll just I want to see what's happening. You know, she took a very big long-term option position on it, and I just want to see what how it's gonna develop.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tempest, I think, isn't it?
Tempest, yeah, Tempest, TEM, it's a Pelosi play.
Look at they're really coming after Tesla here. There's a big order at 288.
Yes, definitely got some momentum last couple of minutes, last 10
Yeah.
minutes.
The only thing about yeah, I've noticed the last couple of days, 290 has really been there's been a seller sitting at 290. And I don't
Mhm.
know if they're kind of front running 300 or but a couple of days we've tried to get through 290 and just stopped.
Okay, it's like that. Also seems a bit the high of the daily range, right? The high of the last couple of months, last 2 months,
Yeah.
basically. There's some selling. Yeah, Tesla seems to be a clear bottom where the market kept on buying up around 216, 217, and now there's also this high, very wide range actually. So, but they are going to, oh, they reported earnings last week, of course. Yeah, let's see.
They haven't yeah, they haven't reported yet, right? I'm trying to
Yeah, and then
think.
last week, last week they did on
Last week.
20.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, last week.
Yeah, it's about this. They're gonna be like this launch. I think it's the autonomous vehicle or the robot taxi in two months in June, I believe, in Austin. The market is looking at that event for Tesla.
I
To the
still I still yeah, they're supposed to they won't even say how many they're going to put on the road. I still think it's kind of I think it's kind of lame.
What is lame,
I
you
mean,
mean?
when you've got Waymo and what's that?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No,
What
I
do you
was
think
just
is
going to
lame?
say I kind of think it's kind of funny when you look at Waymo. I mean, they're in I don't know how many cities Waymo's in now. And you know,
Yeah,
not just US cities, but they're, you know, they're in Japan now, they're in, you know, and they're expanding in other countries. So I mean, they're so far ahead of Tesla
so far ahead, right?
in this. I mean, I guess you could always say there's room in the market for more than one player, but and I guess maybe the advantage that Tesla's saying is um, that their cars will be their robo taxis will be cheaper.
And they need less data, I believe. I believe the models need to be less trained because they only trained with gonna drive with a camera and like the
Yeah,
Waymo has this whole radar or lidar system. But yeah, I agree with you.
yeah,
Like, like of course it's gonna be a big competition, but to already while Tesla doesn't have it yet, then already to say, you're nothing, right? While Waymo actually has like
yeah,
200,000 confirmed rides per week. I think it's a
yeah.
little bit
I
too
know.
early.
And yeah, you need regulatory approval too. So, but anyway, yeah, no, it's are you going to order one of the Tesla? What is what Optima? Are you going to pre-order an
I want a
Optima so you can
robot.
have
I want a robot.
a
Yeah,
Tesla
I'm not a
robot?
materialistic guy, but if there's one thing I want, I want a robot. Really, ASAP, ASAP. I
Just the
want to,
cool factor, right? When people come
I
over
want,
to your house,
I want to
the
travel with
robot
it. You know,
comes and yeah. Except I don't know what one of those things is going to cost. Probably it'd probably be like initially it'd probably be like a couple 100,000 or more. Yeah, it's not gonna you're not gonna see it in
Yeah, I think not
and
so expensive.
everybody's home right away.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
like, yeah, target price for Optimus
so
wasn't
how
that
was
high indeed.
yeah? So how was everyone's day? Everybody, did you have a good day, bad day? Just watching? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. You can. Yeah, you could lease one. You could have a lease option because
You're not
if
gonna lease a
they
friend,
they
right?
do come
You're not
out.
gonna lease. It's gonna be like a
Yeah.
brother, It's gonna be like a friend, the role, but you're not gonna lease it, right? You take it, you you just sit on his neck. I know. Yeah. I just want like if
Yeah.
you go travel, are you gonna like book a seat for him, like sitting next to you, or are you gonna put it in your suitcase? You get these kind of dilemmas.
Crazy. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a day here. It's been a decent day, so I'm just going to move on with the rest of my day, and hope everyone had a good day. So I see some people trading Reddit. I know that's been a popular trader today. Man, we're right back near high of day on the Qs, and
Yeah.
Nvidia's popped back up too. So yeah, markets today, another good day in the market. So, all right,
I
guys,
think it was a
Lenny,
very
have a
interesting
great
day.
weekend,
Same for you,
and
Brian.
everybody out there, have a good weekend. If you want to check out recap of what happened this week, I put out a video on YouTube. It's just under my name. If you want to check that out, should usually have it out on sometime on Saturday. And yeah, so have a good one, and we'll see you on Monday.
Thank you,
See you,
Brian.
Lenny.
See. I will definitely take a look at your video. So, yeah, I agree. It was an awesome trading day. A lot of things happening. Also, news coming in and from Apple, from Amazon. I traded Amazon for a short. I took two trades. Amazon for a short got me stopped out. Then it made a move, and I took HIMS for a long. I think a very beautiful momentum setup. So I'm slightly in the profit, slightly break even, but I got still 25% left, and I'm gonna let it run all day. So it could become uh, a nice winning setup. I think it was a full interesting week of trading. If you like my trading style, you can always follow me on Twitter, Trading W Lenny, uh, and you can also always send me a mail if you got any question, lenny@pcapitaltrading.com. I definitely enjoyed being here with you guys. Next week I'll be also trading, do the pre-market show with Carlos and trading live. So I'm looking forward to next week. Yes, you do. Enjoy your weekend, Carlos, over there in Florida. Definitely enjoy it. Really good. See you next week. Everybody enjoy your week. Bye, people. Bye, all.